Hi guys, So, maswera say, muribo. They being you. How are you? There I'm back with my life today and being inspired by Lumumba. You know, I've been watching his videos today and I just got one from Mr. Signoro this afternoon and it reminded me of this guy because I used to watch him before. So, it's a very short broadcast and I didn't want to make a long video today because I'm a bit tired. To this afternoon I reacted already on Tete Rasta, so I have spent my energy. Saka maswera say hamadzangu. I hope you can hear me. If the volume is okay, please respond. Let me know. This is Tete Mucha speaking, Melissa Budding from the Netherlands. Murikupi, where are you watching from, all of you? Niwe mume wangu, niwe. Oh, that's perfect, Humphrey. Nice that you are watching with me. Yes, CC40 Vic. Muri right. How are you? Mr. Manyika, how are you? And Mr. Tavaziza. Thank you so much for sharing your nice videos that we watch. And Mrs. Mushlanga, and of course, Mr. Signoro. I can see you guys are watching. Marianne, you're watching with us as well. Thank you for showing your interest. Today I did not want to say much. I just thought I play music. Yeah, of course, playing music is also another way of enjoying. Yeah. Nondiripo angu eshira ama yangu ri raitere kusiwa kumusha chete. Charity kanjani uri boy. So just playing some music today, maybe a good idea because today we have been already talking about so many things. There's only this part I wanted to share with you guys. This Mr. Lumumba, he's a very, he's a professor. He's cool. So let me share with you if you guys are listening. It's only one part because he has long videos. So if I share everything with you, it's very, very difficult to then get the parts that inspired me. So this is what I want to share with you guys.
And this is one of the problems in Africa. And I see many people, particularly in the social media, which Africans are misusing very badly, that somebody is quick to send Twitter, somebody is quick to send a message on Instagram or Facebook. You ask them, have you ever read the judgment? No, I've not read the judgment. Then what are you tweeting about? What are you Facebooking about? Alexander Pope, the English philosopher, once said, a little modernity is a dangerous thing. Drink deep the western spring or taste not. Africans, one of the problems that we have, particularly the African intelligentsia, we have had given unto us a medium called the tweet. 9 out of 10 Africans are misusing that medium. We were given a medium called Facebook. 9 out of 10 times we are misusing the Facebook. We are given Instagram. 9 out of 10 we are misusing Instagram. Africans must begin to be responsible. And before you send that send button in all these new media that we are using, read it again and ask yourself whether 10 days from the day you press the send button, you'll be happy with what you said. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we are misusing. Look at how it was used to good effect during the Arab Spring. But when we are murdering each other, we don't use it. Instead, we recede into our primordial instincts, into our ethnic cocoons, and begin to speak in tongues that only destroy our people. But can Africans do the right thing? Yes. We have the capacity to do the right things. But we must interrogate and ask ourselves, where do we as a people want to go? A friend of mine from Cameroon once again was saying, after I listened to my memorial at Fela Kuti and I talked about the Africa Agenda 2063, he said, that is too long. And I can't agree with him. That even as we think about Agenda 2063, we must break it into compartments. And in his view, we must spend 10 years, and now even disagree with him. We must spend 5 years resolving the African disputes, because as long as we have disputes and live wars, it will undermine our affairs.
So, I just wanted to share with you a part that inspired me, that got into my attention. Fort Victoria, I understand what you're saying. We tend to immediately, our senses go into kind of a defense mode. I see that with my Dutch friends as well. Each time I talk about racism, I talk about the Black Pit, about whatever happens in Europe. Of course, the white people, the Dutch people, some of them, they get immediately into a defense, like defending. Oh, no, it's not all of us. It's not, but I think we are failing then to get the message. He's not only talking about Africans, but he's focusing on Africa. So, of course, then you talk about Africans. I feel corrected. I feel inspired. And I think if you look around, if you see what we do with social media, are we educating one another? I think he's right in so many ways. We can learn from this. And what I'm seeing so far around us is like there's so much competition. There's so much going around. Everyone wants to make a live video. Everyone wants to be seen. There's no need, because we can't be all the same. I'm not good in that either, but each time I feel inspired about saying something, then I do that. I don't have to make a live video on a daily basis. And it's not only a live video, so what we write, what we share, what we, all sorts of educative stuff. And of course, the jokes, keep doing that. It's very nice that we make one another laugh, and we listen to music, we share. So we are using the social media on a good way, but some of these things, yes, they can be improved. And why not telling one another what can be better? And I think it came into my attention, really. And I'm one of the people using social media. And I think we want to make our Africa bright again. Yeah, then we should teach one another to use it wisely, to make use of our talent, our intelligence in a wise way, So I agree with this guy in Lumumba, and I just would want to visit one of his lectures, definitely. So, on the other thing as well, what I've seen is the way we use social media. It's like we kind of we want to hear what another person says, and we kind of either criticize, we agree with them, and then we don't do anything about it. So I think it's also meaning that maybe it's easier for us as Africans to make use of social media, but we are misusing it. We are not using it the right way. So, because if I try to remember how many live videos have I seen so far, and what have I done with what I have learned from those live videos, I don't know. And I'm wondering who is learning from those, and what have we put on paper so far, and what have we put into practice, especially put things into practice. Those are the things that we need to learn. And yeah, you see, I remember that when I've seen that video, Humphrey is saying he once remarked Zimbabwe is the only country operating without a currency. That hit me hard. Ndakada kubuda mu lecture, but he was talking the truth. Yeah, we need to, hi, Mr. Chatonda. It's that empathy, listening with empathy is very important, because you have to you have to get the criticism, take it in, Try to see the positive part of the criticism. And of course, it's disappointing to see that we are not able to solve our problems ourselves. It's disappointing to see that we still make the same mistakes, and that this Lumumba is stating these things for us. We should be happy. It's an African telling us this. And we should be happy, at least we are still there to be able to correct our mistakes. So why is it that we put those people down? Why is it that we avoid talking to those people and we run to what we call kwadzinorowa matumbu, kwadzino manyira? You know, like people feel like, oh, they should not listen to a video that's telling the truth, but go to someone who is maybe only making fun and drinking some beer, removing clothes, because that's fun. Yes, it's fun, but why misusing social media? Those things can be done somewhere else. I'm not saying people shouldn't be doing what they want to do. People should be free. But look at how our continent is just falling apart. And you are being proud sitting in Europe saying, oh, I'm African. You still call yourself African, really? If you are seeing that things are not being put in practice, and if you still see that even us Africans are only relying on politics, are only relying on electing people that we don't even know if they're going to help us. Things like that, and you talk about politics as if you know what you're talking about. You tweet about things that you don't even know if you've read the documentation about, if you have seen the truth behind. Those are the things that I think we need to face the truth, and we need, just the same as you have to be proud of your hair the way you are. You have to be proud of yourself without makeup. If you are there, you're almost. And there are so many things that we have to change as Africans. You mentioned also about, I'm seeing Mr. Karanda is watching with us. He mentioned about us Africans, watching European football, Manchester United being one of the most popular, for Africans. Yet we also have African football, and a lot of things that we kind of look down upon because they are ours. The moment you look down upon your own, you are looking down upon yourself. So we need to think, even today, we need to go and sleep and think about what is it that we buy tomorrow when you go into the shop. I keep repeating these kind of things. That's the reason why when I write stuff like, look, when I'm married to a European, does not mean I'm not an African enough. When I'm sitting in Europe, does not mean I'm not an African enough. I feel I have stayed too long in Europe, and I need to combine these two. So there are so many things that are disappointing, and this guy Lumumba is nailing it, and people fail to listen to this guy. Ed, let me see if I can add you, Fort Vic. I don't know. Can you try to press the green button again, please? So I can, so I hope you guys can hear me very well. And let me add someone else again. I don't know, I'm failing to add people. I don't know what's going on. Please press the green button, and then we can see. I go on, and there is something I need to say again. I was worried about the fabric this week, about the Ankara fabric. Was it BC Osundeko? She's Nigerian. She's here. Thank you for watching. How are you, sis? And Ru, how are you? Nice that you're coming in. This week we saw something about the African fabric. We call it African fabric, but it's actually woven. It's actually woven in the Netherlands. That's where it started in the 1800s, when I don't know when they kind of committed slavery from Africa. Of course, it was slavery, and then they took the idea of weaving from African countries. So what happened is, I think they also did the same thing from Indonesia. So what happened with the weaving part, the African attire, those African fabrics, they are woven in the Netherlands. Kente cloth is still woven in Ghana, fortunately, because I think it's difficult. It's hand woven, so you cannot do that machinery. But of course, they try to do that machinery. Only what you see, the difference is that the kind of coloring they use is not natural. So you can actually see the difference if you read or research more about how these fabrics are done, are woven, what kind of material they use. So what happened is, when the Dutch took this idea from the Africans, I don't know which countries exactly. I know that it's from Nigeria, from Ghana, from especially Ghana, all these countries that went through slavery in the 18th century. They then brought it here and they started machinerizing the whole thing, and they took exactly the pattern, the way it's supposed to be, and they probably took also the whole history that the lace is for whatever ceremonies, the kind of that the kente cloth is for, for different ceremonies. So you can read about that, and of course, I don't know how slavery went, and I don't know how they managed to give the Dutch people this weaving idea, and they took the idea and they made it theirs, and then that's how you see that all these African attire being processed, and there are so many these days. Before, they used to be exclusive. Why exclusive? Because they used to grow, to use trees, tree leaves, mud, fruits that grow, of course, in different seasons, so which makes that the colors are not always available. So I think what happened now is the main company being Flisco. It started at Flisco, and of course now in Belgium and Austria they also have the idea, and it's now spreading. So at the end, the Flisco started having shops in Africa, different countries in Africa, and maybe they even tried to have a shop in South Africa. There must be a shop in South Africa right now. If Humphrey, if you could, we can find out for us there. And in Zimbabwe, they don't have. So we as Zimbabweans, we kind of, we are so fascinated about this. We call them Mazambia. And of course, because the idea is originally from Africa, the Africans, they kind of buy these materials and fabric, and they buy it from the Netherlands back to Africa. And what this Dutch company does, they actually go to the airport and they pick Africans who are working for them in Africa, and they give them the woven fabric, and they bring them back to the shops in Africa, and they start selling it to African people. Until a few years ago, this fabric was not like popular in Europe, because there are so many colors and it's meant for African people. So Europeans would like, no, it's not our type of clothing and stuff. But since a year or so, it's very popular now. So you can even see it being processed in China, because there are so many people who want to have it. And now apparently, a day before yesterday, we saw this lady. I don't know if anyone can help me with the name. She's a model, and she's of course a brand. She got this idea, like I think after Black Panther, of course, African things are becoming more popular. So she thinks, she can actually make use of this fabric and sew some clothes, and then bring them to Milan. Hi, Mr. Mutangiri. Bring them to Milan, and of course, the price went high now. Like they are selling one dress for. I saw something like 1,000, and so if you can check on my timeline, the lady is called Stella. I forgot to do my research. Stella M, something like that. Can you just give me the whole name, please? Shupi, thank you so much. So we should make this stop, and it's Stella McCartney. She is the one who just get the idea. She thinks, well, I'm popular. I'm going to get this fabric. I'm going to sew my clothes, and I'm going to sell it in Harrods. What happens is the price goes as high as possible. What do? We go there as Africans. We'll be like, hey, African fabric is now in. Where do you think it comes from? Where do you think whom do you think makes those fabrics? Do you really think it's the Ghanaian people sitting on those weaving wood and stuff and making those fabrics? You should think. It's important for us to keep thinking. It's important for us to start asking ourselves, where are we going? Because who is receiving that amount? Who is receiving that money? It's the same as the money you pay in a church In America, somebody says you pay money in a church and that money goes straight into a white man's hands. So you have to think where you put money into and what is it that you are crying for then when you're shouting at politicians in Africa, yet you don't even see such small things. So it's important for us to open our eyes and see such things, and start questioning ourselves. Why is it that when somebody make mbira in Zimbabwe, there's someone else who is making some kind of kalimba and selling them at a higher price? So cultural appropriation, definitely. So we need to think about those kind of things. Those are the things we have to solve without having to think of politics, without having to even remind ourselves which party are you voting and trying to hate ourselves because you are from MDC and you think I'm from ZANU-PF or you think I'm from whatever party. There's nothing like that you have to think of. You have to think of what is it that we are doing on a daily life, So you have to be honest. You have to be honest. Our fabric, African fabric, is now made in Africa, and you will need to change the idea and start going back to Africa and see the quality there, and encourage people who used to weave long back and start asking them to do it again, explaining the reason why they were weaving, what they used to color the prints, and what is it, the reason why they were coloring the prints like that. It's the same as when you go to Victoria Falls, you go to the Great Zimbabwe, you see all those paintings that were made. If you know who did that, why they did that, we're going back to our culture. So as simple as that. I need to add somebody who has been waiting for a long time. Let's see.
Hi, sorry, I'm in the darkness here. I'm trying to get somebody to sleep.
No, that's all right. That's all right. How are you?
Bye, thank you. Good people. How you
Okay.
doing?
No, so a bit agitated about this whole thing, but yeah, we need to talk about it, isn't it?
You can lose your mental health if you really think deeply about the kind of things that Prof talks about.
I know what you mean.
I love the man, and we have many great people like him. Many great people like him in Africa, all educated, full of all these ideas. But we need to stop having all these conferences and start doing. I tell people, like, in all these groups, some of these groups, you get some influencers who are abroad. They do lives and they have hundreds of people watching them. And you're like, okay, all of us on this live this minute, let's all decide to put aside $100 or £100,
Yeah.
€100, wherever you are, every month, just for 1 year. Go back to Zimbabwe and take over something. The next year, you do the same thing. The next year, you do the same thing. I mean, look at, I give my West African friends, Nigerians, as an example.
Yeah.
They started building schools built by the community and owned by the community long back. Zimbabweans were only waking up to that idea. I think we've only got a handful of people who own schools. Like, you got the Mutendi school in Masvingo. I think that was one of the first. And I think there's a couple of people who've lived abroad and gone back home, and they built private schools, not even community schools. It's things like that. If each one of us was doing something, and buying black, the black economy is worth a lot of money. If one thing that Whitey has learned about us is black people will love to buy.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I meant as well. Like, we need to put things into practice. Exactly.
As much as this gospel of saying that black communities are poverty stricken, but our black dollar is what makes the world go round.
Yeah, that's true.
Just take, for example, how much money black women spend on their hair. and other peoples of the world have cottoned onto this. I'm not even talking about weaves. I'm talking about creams and potions to make the hair grow and to press the hair. You know it yourself. When you go and buy your cosmetics, you go in for one thing and next thing you spend 40 pounds.
No, it's true. Not only
And
that,
creams
shoes as well.
and you've got so many in your cupboard in the bathroom that you haven't used. You just saw it, you like the color of it.
I've been
and
through
you like
that.
how it smells, and you bought it. And
yeah. And that's
I've
killing a lot
started
of relationships as well.
Yes, I've started making a lot. I buy my own cream. I make my own cream now, body lotions, and I sell to friends and family. I've started doing that because look at it this way: with all these new diseases, we don't have anybody in Africa labs, cancer research going and researching of how these diseases affect us with our melanin. Because one thing what medicine doesn't tell us is that a lot of these diseases and all these medicines, they don't usually react the same way they react to the people that they've been tested on. And that's why in the past, during slavery and all that, we were the very good group to test stuff on because of our melanin. That caused sometimes different reactions, which brings you back to things like vaccines and stuff like that. We don't have our own people testing all these vaccines to say, this vial contains polio vaccine. How do we know? We don't make these things. We don't have anybody testing us. If they wanted to wipe us out in a day, they could.
Yeah.
How can you assure it says what's inside the bottle is what says on the label? Nobody's checking this. And it's only suspicion, innuendo to say, oh, in West Africa, they were lacing HIV in polio vaccines. It's plausible. Nothing's too far-fetched these days. It's plausible.
It is,
and those are the kind of things we need to be putting, research on. Your skin is one of the biggest organs of the body. If you can't pronounce it, why are you applying it on your skin?
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't pronounce it, don't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Don't put it on your baby's skin.
Don't wash yourself with it. People are buying all sorts of hair conditionings and stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's the same as what we eat. You become what you eat. And that's the reason why I fight to go home, really. I am so sad about not knowing what I'm buying from the supermarkets. I am so sad about the fact that I only
want that
see animals. Yeah, I have no control over that. And I can only have control on what I buy and eat with my own children. But how about other people? How about, everyone who is not knowledgeable about the whole thing? That's the reason why we are making these kind of live videos, hoping that there are at least people who may get this information. Sometimes you cannot even follow up what's happening on Facebook anymore because like what Lumumba says, like when you invite a hyena in your own house, the next thing is you're counting how come my goats are missing. It's the same thing because what we are talking about.
It's not funny, but it's true. It's true.
So you know what he means by that point of hyena. I do think it's us again. Because you were mentioning about there are not so many black people owning schools or helping children in Africa.
In Zimbabwe,
in the first place, there are no children that. Yeah, in the first place, there are no children that need to be helped in Africa. I think the idea is for us Africans knowing that whenever you're given something to eat, like they say, hey, are you hungry? Do you want something? Then you say, no, thank you, I'm full. We were taught this by our parents, you know that. But what happens is each time we see a white person coming to Africa, we are kind of like, oh, praying them. They are coming with money. They are coming with money, And you're like, why are you giving this developmental program some money in the first place? Because we are living in the diaspora. These people come at your door. I send them away. I've never done that. I don't give Mr. UNICEF money.
school them all the time. I tell them I'm from Africa.
Yeah.
I'm an NGO on my own standing here. I support my
I
extended
hope
family. I don't know
I
where
hope
your
you are an
money's going.
NGO doing it differently, because if you are getting the same system, bringing it back to Africa, it doesn't matter if there's a black person or a white person behind the business. It's what you do with that. Because if I go home and try to bring them these why I know, like I was talking earlier on about the pads, the sanitary pads. We want to help our little sisters back home with the sanitary pads, but if you're giving them the plastic ones, you're killing them just as much.
Yes.
You
Yes.
understand?
And the bleached ones with
cream.
bleach.
Yeah.
The bleached ones.
Yes, you'd rather give them the idea. You'd rather encourage them to build up what they already have. You'd rather give them a tractor if you want to fasten what they're growing. And you'd rather make sure there are irrigation systems. You'd rather make sure there is solar energy if you want something to be
The
fastened.
cotton is there. The cotton
Yeah,
is
and the
there
kind
in
of
Gokwe.
education you're bringing
Cotton is
home.
there.
Yes, the kind of education we have to bring back home is to encourage our children back home that what we are used to make those bowls, those whatever we used to do, recycling was the best way. Not trying to get the Cambridge school system and bring it back home, and you're like, oh, I'm bringing school to our children back home. Buying them uniforms and stuff. They don't necessarily need all those things. You understand? Because we can survive with our manyatera. We can
Yes.
survive with our recycled animal skin, which is biological, organic, you understand? So I think it's important for us to see where is it that we put our money. We don't have to
And the
follow the
mindset
Western.
as well.
Yes, changing the mindset. And you want to
And the
educate.
mindset. You're talking of the school system. The school
Mhm.
system in Southern Africa especially, it's geared to producing workforce,
Yeah.
churning out workers, just workers. And your school to think that if you work in a shiny office with a gleaming company car, with a good job, and they pay for your kids to go to private school, then you've made it. It's not geared to you to be an employer. And once you say you are yes, and when you say that you're self-employed, especially in Zimbabwe, people look down upon you. You hear them talking behind your back as you understand the kupiko. Anongo kia meno zaneta ne briefcase anofamba mtown. But yet the person, you're making more money even the person who's inside.
Yes,
I tell
exactly.
my cousins all the time who are always asking for handouts that, look, if I lived in your neighborhood, I would buy cars. I'd be making serious money. Because I told one of them, I said, I can help you get a license to be able to order Kapenta in bulk from Binga. And the Binga Kapenta tastes very nice than some other Kapentas that is being imported and doesn't taste very nice.
Yeah.
And she'd be getting like 50 kgs of them and get on the bus and going every week and selling at the front of the house because she lives in the high density suburbs, and times are hard. And I said, you sell 10 rand a cup or whatever. And she was like, Sissy, that no one wants to get their hands dirty, but they want money.
They want money.
And I
Yes,
said, if I was you, I would do this. And another cousin did it. She took me up on the offer. She's building her house. She bought a stand selling Kapenta.
Yeah.
Selling Kapenta.
So I think
I know a guy in Harare as well. You know what he does? He loans out, the Scania trolleys that you get at the rural bus rank. And he's got 100 of them. And those guys, they pay him, each of them $7.50 per day.
Wow.
Yeah? Yes. So look at how much money he's making. But if it tells you he's in that kind of business, he lives in the northern suburbs in Greendale. If it tells you that's the kind of business, you'd laugh. Who's got more money, the one in the shiny office or the one working for themselves? That mindset needs to die.
Yeah.
Yes. Cookie cutters. They're exactly right.
That's right. That's true. Now, but anyway, the thing is, education is really complicated if we do not know what is it that we are going to be educated about. Because if people think, oh, I'm going to have grade 1, 2, 3, 7, and then I go to Form 1 to Form 6, and then I go to the university and I do my master's degree, and if you think you have your PhD, then you can rule the whole world. You have to forget about it, because you don't think very straight. Education is actually being more open-minded. You should know many fields. You should know a lot of things.
We all want to collect as many degrees
I think
as Mugabe.
Yeah, we kind of miss the point of being educated. Being educated is actually looking around, don't miss information, know what you're doing. Like what he was saying, this Lumumba was saying, Kuti, if you want to know the Europeans, you want to know the Western culture, you just have to know how they are. Like the way they did colonized us, they actually taught themselves our language up to knowing how our soil smells. So that's the same way you should be doing when you're here, instead of when you come here and you get the job, you grab with two hands and you work your shifts without even knowing how they live. Without knowing them, you go back to Africa still with the same mentality. So I think the best thing is for us to get to know how the European people live, how the Australians or wherever you are. And if you know that, I think is the most important thing that you know now, you reappreciate yourself, because it's not greener here. If I would forbid people to come to diaspora, I would. If I would stand at the airport here at Schiphol in Amsterdam and saying, Kuti, where are you from? What are you coming to do? Okay, you go back. You go back. I would do that. You know that?
But
with
the
my
thing
own power.
because your eyes have seen, but people don't believe you. They don't believe it. Says, oh, your belly's full every day. You've got Forex. You've got Forex. Before we had this US dollar, if you had Forex, you're God.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with me, with these 21 years that I've stayed in Europe, I think for me, I'm done. And I now know how it is here. I know them. They're good friends. We get along. We are married. I have children with them. But the thing is knowing yourself that you come from Africa and you want to teach your children where we come from, no matter how it looks like. Well, my sister said to me, she lives in Zimbabwe. She said, Sisi Mucha, when you come over here, it's no longer the same Zimbabwe you knew in the 90s. I feel so sorry for you, because the way you talk about Zimbabwe is like you talk about that Zimbabwe that used to be so good. And I'm like, I know. But the moment I think of Rupiza, the moment I think of Madora, the moment I think of Rude, cannot Muchacha, I don't think those things are no longer there. They are still there. I think if I go there, I can ndogadzira kamba kangu keuswa ndogara. And she'll be like, how about your European life that you're used to? I'm like, no, I don't think. Then the moment I'm like,
the microwave must die. The microwave must die. You're eating poison food.
Yes. The microwave is killing us. It is it's not a good way of warming our food either. So the microwave food that people buy because they've been to the shifts and they start buying fish and chips and things that are processed should die. People should go back to basics. And
yes.
So I'm
add Humphrey. Let me
add him. Thank you so much for Tv. Unokuma shimko kwa munobva ndekupi ndipondiudza kumusha kwako usati waendeyo.
Kwachivi.
Iwa urevesi kupi. Sorry weshira.
Famba oenda kuseri kwebako so. Kuseri kwebako.
Alright, ndoya kuseri kwebako
taura ndokoudzwa ndokoziva kuenda chete.
Iwe futi asi unoziva kuti kune makomo handiti kasaka tiri vezhira muri vezhira wena taure tozotaura rikandiedha. Okay, and also read my comments. People were responding. I'll try to read them whilst I'm editing. Thanks so much, Fortvi.
You're welcome.
Bye. Okay, bye-bye. Anyway, so guys, that was Sister Veshira. Hashtag Veshira yatovepoka mazuva inomboshandiswa naTakwana uyo wekusend it to. He is also Veshira. Mavitori tiripo takawanda. Not kuti discriminate. We don't want tribalism in Zimbabwe. We are one. We are all vanave munhu mutapa. We come from Zimbabwe. Wakanda special. We don't want tribalism. But be proud of where you come from. Be sure you can say you are Ndebele. Be sure you say you are Kalanga. And be sure you can say you are be proud of who you are. And we are one as Zimbabweans. So in Indrim Victoria, akakwana.
ndobva kumasvingo kwachivi. So I'm proud of that. Regai timboedha Humphrey panapa. Is Humphrey still here? Let's see. Yes, I hope he's coming up. There we come. He calls himself Obama, and he's he's our little brother in South Africa. Let's hope he's coming. And I'm trying to add you, Humphrey. I hope you're still here, though. In the meanwhile, I'll be reading some comments. Let's see. I think Humphrey is gone. Is he gone? Please let me know if you're still here. Yeah, I'm just going to add him. I hope he's coming soon. But in the meanwhile, I'll be reading some comments, of course. Is this new? Honestly, Melissa, let's start with the fabric. Is it African? Yeah, the fabric thing. Shupikai, did you understand what I meant about the African fabric? So if anyone wants to come and add up to the African fabric, please join. Feel free to join us. And yes, and of course, memory Rambana Pass is saying kuti less talk and more action. Hanzi customer gets and Dima. And so this is fabric mass produced and is not in Africa, right? Yeah, that people do not know that. I'm really sad about it because people think they're buying my fabric from Africa, yet it's not in Africa, it's here. And people who are earning money are not Africans and are Europeans. So you should be careful now when you're buying your fabric. Just look in the lining where it is coming from and make sure it's coming from Africa. And if you can't get it, the idea is it's not always available, and make sure you're buying it from an African person who brought it from Africa, because the idea is the other African people are also buying it from Europe and they're selling it because of course this their status, so they know, okay, this is our African fabric, we can buy it at any time, and they are not knowledgeable about, they are not even educated about where it's woven. Yeah, so it's the same as you are buying mbira wangodziona dzagadzirwa somewhere in London, and you see some companies now producing mbira as much as possible, and you're buying them. They look exactly the same as the mbira yaunoziva kuti yagadzirwa nemukomana kuseri kumaraini kuye kuye, aitoita kutsvaga matombo manhingesa aita masimbi dzedze nemaoko, and now you're buying them from someone else who took the idea. It's so sad. So we need to stop that. Yes, memo, too much talking, analyzing, no action. Right now is on to Monday. Some brand will have samples to pitch in at the high-end retailers for anchor items for summer. As we are busy analysis. It's true. We are. You are right. But you know, the thing is, if we don't talk about it, we cannot change our mindsets. And I think it's important for us Africans to know that we have to appreciate ourselves more. So you can talk about my brands, you can talk about, we can talk about being millionaires. Please, people, don't try to be a being millionaire and the person who is giving you money to invest is a white person. The fund, where is it coming from? The bank, which bank? Who's owning the bank? That's the thing. You only talk about branding, but know what you are branding and know what you are buying and know what you are making. That's the thing. In Kandagara behind the sewing machine, I definitely know what kind of material I'm using. I know the fabric I'm using. And if I do not have it, I don't have. I tell my customers, good, no, at the moment, Andina padding, I cannot make mbereko for you because I make sure the padding I'm using is natural. If I don't have that, I don't make. That's the thing. But okay, I understand. Companies, we have to run after money. Maria investor in the company. But why starting the company in the first place, knowing that you can't afford to have one? That's the thing. I think it's important to think straight before you start a company, because we kind of want to be millionaires as soon as possible. But by becoming a millionaire, that's when you start cheating. That's what I see. As entrepreneur, I know that a lot of people want to earn money as they can, so they start bringing their stuff to China, and it can be produced as quick as possible. How do you know it's going to be produced as natural as you always have wanted? So it depends on the type of product you have. Anyway, so many comments, of course. Hi, Mr. Manu and Humphrey. Let me see if I can Try to add you again. Can you press the green button once again, please, Humphrey? I don't know why I'm not able to do that. I'm trying to add Humphrey once again. I'm not able to do that. I've invited you. Please try to do that for me again. Otherwise, I have to add Mr. Mutangiri. Mr. Mutangiri is also asking to be added. Please re-add yourself again. Press the green button, please. And so reading the comments again. Shupikaisen, though, that's what I was referring to, that fabric is not produced in Africa. I am with you. Thank you. And then brick by brick, day by day, we are changing the face of Africa. Change may not come overnight, but through the few we are getting to, we are leaving a mark that will positively impact on their lives. Yes, definitely. Zimbabwe is open for business. What does it mean and for who? Yeah, you see, Shupikai, about this open for business. We were talking about it this afternoon. Zimbabwe is not yet ready for business. We need to know what we have inside our Zimbabwe. After we know that, that's when we can open for business, because you cannot just say we are open for business and you're bringing hyenas again, and then you start counting how come the goats are missing. Do you understand the point? Inviting a hyena into your own home, and then the goat starts missing. The moment you start counting your goats, the hyena is gone. Maybe with the most important goat you ever had in your own home. So you need to think before you start business. What business? What's entrepreneurship? What's that, being a millionaire? You don't know what's being a millionaire if you don't think. So that's the thing, And look at Nigeria. Those people, they keep money inside their country. They will bring a hyena to teach them what to do, and then the hyena goes before it takes their goats. So let me add Mutangiri. Maybe it's a good idea. We have somebody else who can talk. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hello, Rudy.
Mahwera here. Nhasi tine vezhira.
Takwera mafwera.
Aiwa, takwera. Asi mune hope.
No, ndaidenda ndovata kudhara, but
Maona malike.
ndakatogara zvangu.
Ndimi maAfricans muri kutaurwa imi, muri kunzi hanzi munongoita masocial media, hanzi aiwa maita social media dziya muchingoita paTwitter muchienda paInstagram. 9 out of 10 things that we say, they are not even effective.
Problem yetinayo isusu vanhu one.
Yeah.
In fact, there are several problems. Number one, people don't want to see people talking or saying something. I've learned this from home when you were trying to criticize even the government.
Yeah.
Iweweka. All right, if you don't say it, how will people know? And the problem, we just want to get, there are no instant coffee solutions for African problems. If we don't talk about it, how can you know about it?
No,
changing things. It's a one. Someone sows the seed. Another generation will be watering it. You are not the person who will actually enjoy that shade or the fruits of that revolution. Some died at the war.
Yeah.
And whether we enjoyed or not, like in the case of Zimbabwe, we didn't. It was only a few. But they did their part. So if we don't talk about it, how can you solve it? Just because munaenda. We are so stupid. That's why my problem is in us.
Yeah.
So Yes, I don't blame vanhu vanotora brains aya vachitengesa nemari yavo. Vakaona kuti takarara isusu. I can give you a very good...
Tivete nanhasi, you know, if I go out there and I want
Tivete nanhasi, I can give you a good example. The year yandauya kuno inini, Kenya yanga yakazara neshuga muna 2002. But kuZimbabwe kwakusina shuga. Kenya vachishaya kuti votengesera shuga kupi. Right now Kenya inosenzesa a lot of palm oil. But that palm oil is coming from Malaysia, and yet Ghana, no, not Ghana, Nigeria has got loads of palm oil. That's our problem. Vanhu vechitema neproblem nokumesa kwatakaita nyika yedu. Kana tichifunga kuti kuna ma-instant coffee solutions, then we should continue dreaming. We talk about this, you find 2-3 people vanolisten. I'm sure ndingapa example yapakambani pandakamboshanda iyi. Takatanga nyaya yekutaura kuti vakomana, kambani haisi kuda kuti tidi kutivakira dzimba. What can we do?
Yeah.
Then panakaenda kubulawayo ndikandoona mukwasha wangu aisenza kucotton printers vanga vachiita cooperative yavo ende vaivakirana dzimba zvezvo. Ndakabva nethat idea tikaenda kukambani kwedu. Do you know criticism yandakawana ndichitaura izvozvi? Munofunga kuti dzimba dzacho munodzimisa rini? But pazakazenge vaona kuti zvinhu zvakufamba, mastands acho tamawana, still vakatanga kuita jealous.
You see?
Vanhu vaiti criticize vacho ivavo. So no problem number 1 yetinayo isu vanhu vatema. Ende vanoita chance vachona ikano ndakaona pane imwe yamanchitaura yembira ya vakagadzira dzimwe dziri modified, ndikati chinonzi chiiko ichi? Zvikainonzi trampoline.
No way, serious.
Imbira exactly but dzakagadzigwa zviri diki zvakasiyana nezvokwedu, but imbira ndo zvavakaba kuregera. Vakangwara ikeno kana ukaenda kuchina dai muchiziva manissan diesel aya anobva kujapan aya, China yakangoitora ndokuipidigura ndokumodifya zvishomanini iriko, but inonzi Dofeng.
You see, they do that.
That's what they do, these people, because vakaona story.
Takarara. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
I saw a very good idea, and we have got a long way to go. Hatina confidence.
No,
so we don't go anyway. Namafungira akadaro saizvozvo. Yes, avangaregedzi vaona zvinhu zvakawanda. That's why ike zvino Africa, they are focusing on Africa because ndokwasara ma-resources. Kunoka hakusina. Ma-resources unana iyopo. Hakusina, saka focus yavo iri paAfrica. Vacho vari pamusoro vachona vetinoti vanoziva zvavanoita. Aiwa ndo maboora ngoma chaiwo. The Asians have put their act together. Now we are rushing to Dubai, my leaders said for treatment. Mukatarisa zvakaita nyika ya 1979. Yaisirisa nyika ya vasati vadiscover oil.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, ndikawana, I'm sure ndichakuisrael
send me yes. And the other thing is what Lumumba was saying, just to add up what you're saying, as the great ideas are with people with no power. And the people with more power have no ideas. And you see the difference between those people.
That is very true. I don't know, kandangova pano chete vanhu vanowanza message. Some will be saying, via some, we are seeing you, zvinobva out in the freeze. If you ask an African, you want power, what do you want to do with power? He has no answer for that. It's just the power. Because, look, mistake fanika yatakaita kumusha kwedu 37 years in a mess. Handinambofunga kuti namamadhara endiri kuona achiri momurekera, they still want to rule. It shows hatina kana basa nefuture yevana kana kuti vazukuru. They don't want to hang their political boots. So, where are we going? imo muno tikaita advantage vamwe vakawana kana kuti vasitata mabusiness, let's say ndere shipping or whatever,
Yeah.
unouya kwauri ndinotumira zvinhu kana kuti kumusha toti inga maita zvakanaka, we want to support our black people, fellow blacks, right? Zvinosvika rini zvinhu 2 weeks time zvaanenge achiziva kuti professionalism haimo mukati medu, zvinhu zviya zvotora 3 months zvisina kusvika, wozonzva zvakasvika zvakashota. Do you think mangwana ndingauya kwauri ndichitadza pano kuti utaure chokwadi? Ndomunga mambotaura zvakanaka pamati kana munhu akati ini ndisonere chakati ndisina mucheka wachona handisoni, ndinomuudza kuti no,
it's the same. Be honest. And it's also the thing is we are hungry for money, we are hungry for power. The reason why is that we kind of the power thing what you're talking about, I think it's because of slavery and colonization. Not good, I'm trying to be a victim. The idea we have wanted to be in a position really better that much is given us that that makes us even compete panopa live videos apa kuti aunzwa kuti ari kuti udi ndotenga idea yake, but does that bring you anywhere? It doesn't. So the idea is vanhu ngavarege kutarisa too much up to politics, too much up to vanhu vari kutonga, because even a country more cultured is better than a country in too much politics. Because how many people are in parliament so far? Is it normal? Why is it that we all talk about politics? We are kind of running. We do that. We talk about that too much. It's all because of we don't want to know the truth. We kind of think kuti munhu ari kuita something they watofana kuita point fingers on kuti ari kukanganisa ndiye ari kudai yet isusu tiri kukanganisa at the same time. Why can't we bring back the fault to ourselves? Think, okay, zvakaitika, yes, 37 years, but what is it that I can do to contribute? Talking of my entrepreneurship, iri power yoye, what I blame on entrepreneurship is people are doing business the European way. People are doing business the Western way, because even the way we teach one another, the way we coach one another, what do you business? If we ever looked at the African way of working, does that exist? Whoever has ever talked about being an entrepreneurship as an African, being an African, true African, without thinking, okay, a business panel, but my business portfolio should be like this. No, the business plan is made in Europe. Business plan is made in. I think people should start thinking from the back to basics. Okay, can do a business and ndoda kuti ndiriite zvakadai, and people vanoda kuzobelieve in my business, they first have to read my story. Kuti story yangu yakabva kupi, and then if it's something new kwavari, they still have to believe kuti uri kushandisei. Not kuti nini pandiri panapa ndakunomira ndakapfeka kasutu. That's when I'm supposed to present my business. Why not wearing my African attire? And why not selling my
problem iyeyo mukatarisa imbotarisa kumusha chako kwatakabva. Mwana aitaura kuti handiti mushamtown kana kuti angava ari mutauni anoti handivake kumusha. What for? Oinda kumba kuya, that very person abva muimba yekutown osvika orara mukitchen. Hello?
Tiri muripo makata mbijana sikuza chichaitika.
Alright, ndiripo. Osvika orara mukitchen. Ona murume mukuru uri kumuswa makuseni zvana zvodaenda kuchikoroka. Zvagudubudza ndiro muyaita socharohwa nemugomo kana kudigwa mvura. Kowadi kungovaka ndokwawa zvarikwa. Munhu anaitsaura kudero akakurira kuruzevha akazobva akaenda kutaundi akubaza tinobatira zvinhu pamusoro.
Yeah, this was the other thing is we forget kakuti just a moment, I have to put my headphones on. Tokanganwa chinhu wani kuti
like vanhu vanogara vanotenga masofa ndimugere pasofa izvozvizvi so and tine mibhedha tine zvakadaro matoilet edu akaita tinogara pacheya kuti tiende kunoita basa guru mutoilet. You know, it's like when you go back to basics, kumusha taivata pasi, right? Pasi chaipo.
Yes.
And we had a better blood flow.
Listen, ndino umwe munhu kudhuze nekumusha kwedu agara kuGreat Zimbabwe asenza mubulawayo for years. Ouya kumusha, do you know akatenga mabhandle ematishu, but kumusha kwacho kwakusina toilet. And waitongoti ukapfuura nokurekera kuti side kwaaindira kusango waingoona wangoziva kuti ndikati zvino kana navanhu vakada zvavo kukushini handii vanongoziva kuti itinayo vana vekumba kwako kana kuti ndeyako.
Ndiri kuseka but yeah.
Munhu uyu anofunga here? But
haasiri ega vawandisa.
Asi ndo zvatiri, because kana uchibva uchitadza kuvaka hospital yakanaka munyika mako, uchishaya confidence needucation yako, you are dead.
Yeah.
you honestly you are dead.
Esho crocodile rakanga rakuuraya vanhu kubulawayo hospital. It's a statement. Makaiverengere?
No, that one I'm sure I missed it.
There was a crocodile rakanga rakuruma vanhu muhospital yekubulawayo nezuro ndimari muzuro rikazoshutwa. A crocodile, a big one. And the other reason is because it's raining hard at the those ndikati sure ringasvika pangu hanzi padhore hospital vanhu vangasakwanisi kubuda.
Yeah, it happened kwedu padhuze. I don't know kam ndiziva Great Zimbabwe pane township inonzi Diki township.
I know the area. Yeah.
Yeah, 74-75 yakabva chaiko kwamutiri kwikuya kusvika padhuze napatownship vakatozondodana chief ndiye yeah, because ndo kwaari makarwe yakabva ikasvika kudikitiki. It's so far yakatozosvika pakuurawa narekera pakuurawa nachief vakandoudza chief ndouya nepfuti ndokuipfura because padhuze nopachief murinye. So yeah, with the crocodile it happens. Even ikaruma munhu zviya akakwanisa kupukunyuka inokwanisa kufamba ichiteedza madonho eropa
saka munhu iye pamwe anga ari muhospital imomuya ndopaakaiteera ndofunga.
Maybe that one can happen, but anga ari mazuva emvurawo saizvizvi.
Yeah, I know. That's a neutral way of thinking. I understand. Yeah. But Pani Ninganga Chipindra Shupika is leaving. She said, Anzi, imagine back to square one. Anzi, whatever you want, you will find it. You want knowledge, you will find it. You want violence or pornography, you will find it. I grew up on social media, I think. And Shupika said, I know the African designers working much to get themselves known and set the platform. It would be great for them to be able to have on e.g. in Harare, Nairobi Fashion Week, so that the sellers can come to our platforms as well. It will happen, maybe not in our lifetime. Africa is rising. And that's true what Shupika is saying is about is this true? It was about the fabric iri kutengeswa now kubva kuno kuEurope and yakusoneswa na Stella McCartney.
What I was trying to emphasize there, and ndofunga ndareswa ndachida kuti is it new? I'm sure that's how I put it.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. Azvisiri zvinyuwani.
Oh, okay.
Koko inobva kurekera inobva kuGhana nekunana Nigeria nenyika dzekuWest Africa because ndoko inorimwa ndo machief producer. It's never processed there. It's processed here in Europe. Why? Because takazungaira. Because namakore avanga vachitengesa koko yeyo ichiuya kuno ichizosvika pakuproduce machocolate and stuff like that. We should have a processing plant.
Yeah.
Oil yedu the same thing.
No, but that's the thing. Kakuti susi pane vanhu vari kuisha mashift vachichengeta chembere kunoku. Vanhu ivava vane talent vanogona kudzokera kumba kunoita a few things even from starting from here. Just like kungoti mbere kweyoyi, by the time yaunadzokera kumba, you'll be rethinking your company. You can also start doing it here because what I'm seeing is tiri kuaccept vanhu vari kuuya mahainas aya. Don't forget that point ekuti inviting a hyena into your country or into your home wozotanga kukaunda kuti magotsi arasika mangani after matombodekaira kudhara. Hanzi open for business. That's very dangerous.
Let me tell you one thing. Problem number one is we just want things for ourselves. I still remember handingatauri zvangu zita rekambani yachona yakamboita hombe stereki yemakombi. Muridzi munhu akatanga kuproposa izvozvo, I know muzukuru wake ari muno, mari dzake anga anadzo, handichazivi kuti anga ambogara kujapan here or somewhere, I can't remember. Akaenda neproposal yake whatever ministry of transport. This is what I want to do, kuti ndiprovide vanhu vanhu vasashupika transport. Do you know he was turned down kuministry kokonzi hatagara zviri mupipeline, and the end result maministers achona ndo akazopedzisira akiita zvinhu zvachona. So tikaramba tikasabvisa that ngura yeyo mumusoro medu, zveshuwa vanhu vanoramba vachifira mumediterranean sea because we are blocked. We don't have that power to stop them. What can we do? Umonozoti, but what's the point? Kana pasina vanhu vanorekera
protocol dzachizoti netsaitsodzi
vanhu vane zvavanoda kuita kuAfrica yose. There are so many, but they are not given that chance. So some people will end up zvazvakutonditisa BP. Let me try something. Zvinoita kuti family yangu irambe ichifamba. Tikasachinja mindset yedu, iwo chiona chaiko chaiwo vakuru hatingambotauri zvedu Robert ega vachinda kundorapwa kunze kwenyika. What does that mean?
No, it's no inonetsa ndokutadza kubatana kwatoita ikoko, and we keep like focusing on talking to one another through internet. Do you know that isusi the problem yatinayo ndeyekuti kana tikangowana kachinzvimbo kakanaka kaya, the first thing we need is a big car. The first thing we need is kuti tiite imba hombe, and when we have that, the other thing is we have families that said out ndakazoti ningi ndakakupromisa kuti kana chikapinda pachinzvimbo ichi uya, even without experience for that post. Taita zvinhu zvakadaro, the next person is going to do the same thing. Tadaro we are blocked. We have secretary anenge akuita basa for us. We are not even reachable. I can't even reach you face to face kuti nditaure nemi. Do you know kuno Europe it's easier to talk to a minister? You can even reach the prime minister if you want to talk to him. You don't even have that bureaucratic way of trying to talk to someone when you have your own opinion about something. That's what I mean about democracy. Okay, kana tinoda kuti titaura navamugabe nhasi tinopfuura machannels mangani, and anotirambidza ndiani mwana kutokupfuura nepfuti usati watombosvika kwauda kusvika. And that's the problem for us to Africa. Even ma-entrepreneurs vanozviita, saka mentality yeyo ikakanzurwa tichatoita vanhu kwavo, at least tonoudzana zvatoda kuudzana, because sometimes munhu ari pachinzvimbo chaiye you will be surprised kuti haasiri ari kuita mabvenge ari kuitika. Vanhu vari kuzviita ndoti masecretary tiko netumareceptionist. Ini handitauri nevanhu vakadaro ini. Kuno kuEurope what I do so far kugara kwandaita muno, handiiti zvezvekudai ini kudaiwo. Kana ndoda kutaura nanhingi wekambani tinobvunza kuti nhai varipo here, zvonzi aiwa vapo, munhu ndokubatsirai nechii, ndikati imi ndimi ani, zvonzi you have to leave your message panapa. Ndikati no, I'm not going to do that. Ndomirira kusvika vavapo. Kana ndisina kukwanisa kuti ane right person, I will never give my message. Never.
Do you know 13 years ago pamboya mamangu kuno takasongana neformer first minister womunomu Alex Salmond uya patrain station. Ndaida kundovaratidza C ku5 ndida hamusati mamboona gungwa amai. Do you know akangofamba achiuya patiri because mama vanga vachembera akati, are you visitors here? Ngati aiwa inini ndogara muno but mai angu avando, saka akada kutaura nando yana havanzwi chirungu. Tell her she is so welcomed here.
Sweet.
Zvikanzi all right, business card rangu iri unogona kuzondifonera ndokudza dzimwe nzvimbo dzaunogona kuinda namai yako,
you see,
dzounondovaratidza dzakanaka dzomuno muScotland. Saka hapana kumbozoita nguva treni yakabva yasvika iye ndokuindawo, I'm sure anga ari first class, isu ndobva taenda kueconomy. Ndichibva ndati nai mai munomboziva kuti munhu iyeye ndi-MP, svika iwe watanga. Ndikati zveshuwa mai munhu uyu ndi-MP angasati ava first minister, but that was 2006.
Can you imagine?
Still havana kubelieve. Ndokubva taenda ku5 kuya ndobva tadzoka. 3 days afterwards anga ari patelevision. Ndikati mama, tatai munhu uya takasangana naye parekera patreni uri kuparliament.
Yeah.
Zvikanzi ya mwanangu, siya Mwari akomborere vanhu. Handina kumbofunga kuti ini MP ungada kuzotaura neniwo chembere isina mazina yakaita seni.
Yeah.
Ningi apa vava kutaura minister wokumusha kwedu handingatauri zita is now late. Zvikai unoziva pandawanikwa nababa vako akanga ari chikomana chidiki, wakakura ndichiona mwana, but wanga usati uchasvika pedo nayo zvachose zvanga zvisaite kungoti ataure zvake asi mwana wandakakura ndichiona pandarohwa nababa vako muno mu1941. Ndikati handimazviona ndo basa ravo rokurekera rokuti vange vachitaura navanhu because vanovhotegwa navo. Ndikanzi kweyo iyeye unodada akadero ati hatisisu takamuvhotera here. Ndikati ndosaka tiri kwetiri nhasi, ndosaka tiri kuno, taifanira kudei tiri kumusha.
You see, that's the thing. Mentality iyo iriko zvekuti it's the same as zvanachiudza tina 40 vhiki auya pakutanga ndichiti, you know, what lacks in us, we even though pakaita an African person anonotanga education kumba anonobatsira vana vadi kuti vaite chikoro curriculum yacho yauri kuendesa kuchikoro yacho ndeipi? Is it the British one or your own way, or is it the African one? Wasvika kumba ikoko wakuitisa kuti vanouya vaite grade 1 kusvika form 6 vakuita again university, vakuita again field yavadzidzira iyo, vakuita PhD, vapedza kuita PhD vakunzi honorable this, vakuita honorable vaya vachabatiki vazaizve. That's the thing.
Wamakambo wavuno unonzi his excellency ndiani? Iyeyo nyaya yokuzvipa yokuda kuzvisa apa ndo yakatiuraya zvokuti his excellency the honorable so rubbish PhD. That's a lot of nonsense.
Paper. You see, so those are what I mean, kuti vanhu vanoda kuzviita pamusoro, and I think I would rather have you know, murasta wangu anozvigadzira mbira dzake achiziva kuti mbanje yandiri kuputa iyi mushonga kwawo, you know, those kind of things, than having someone akazviitira ma-PhD akadii anda kuzviita kunge munhu anoziva stereke yet you're just educated for that certain field yaunoziva iyoyo, the rest of social ningirikuti hautombozvizivi kuti zvakamira sei.
Ndakasenza nomwe nesi anobva kuJordan. Ndandisiri pacollege by then. Zvikanzi haya tatiri panaiti. Zvikanzi naita mazi kucollege uri kuite chiko. Yada ndiri kuita course yeagriculture. Zvikanzi zvikanzi why unoda kuzoita? Ndikada I'm thinking maybe kumusha kunganaka nokasira agriculture yedu yakavurawa zvisingaiti. Zvikanzi okay. Do you know akataura kuti
I think
this is zvikanzi you are the first African andasangana naye anditaurira chokwadi and achitaura kosi yemadhaka yokuti ndinobata madhaka. Do you know ndakamboshanda nomwe muAfrican haichazi kuti wakati unobva kwakataura nyika yedu. Akandiudza kuti ndiri consultant pacollege. Pandakazomuona akanditiza mumwe musi ndaenda pane imwe hospital because aishanda neagents. Ndamuona achitsvaira mumatoilet. Uyu munhu uyu kwanza I've met a lot of Africans but manyepere avanoita kuti zvinoita zvakati
kuda kuzviita vanhu kwavo because of that mentality iyoyo. Yet munogona
saka iyeyo problem. Even chero ukaenda kumapati edu echiregera echitema iyi munhu andaone wanzi anodhiraivha motokari yakaita sei
kana hembe
yaanokwanisa
dzakapfeka
kundotora mari dzaanenge achibhadhara dzachona naivakomana kwakataura just a simple car ukafamba uchiinda kubasa ive kana odawo zvakuita long journey ukahaya motikari but anyway umwe nomwe anorarama upenyu hwake but kafungire ketinoita ikoko hatina kwetiri kusvika ende isu tinoda mainstant result okuti nganditoona mabenefits acho ipo pano ukatarisa varungu vakatanga kuuya kwedu ivo vana roads havana zvavakanyanya kuenjoya but look magarire aita vazukuru vavazukuru vavo muzhandigere zvino isusu nganditoona maresults acho izvezvi. So what do you expect?
Zvakatooma because that point mapoints yaya atiri kutaura akakosha because you can see people still behaving that way zvezvokuti kusabatana kusaremekedzana and looking down upon one another zvekuignore naizvo zveshe pana vanhu vatinomhoresa pano pafacebook sometimes nandiri padj ron naskati ndichiteera hangu music he comes every Saturday and vanonzi mutapa media vai and then yeah, he's very good. He makes music. It reminds us of back, our age group. Nana 90s, 80s. At least I don't play music, and we just, sometimes we just need to make a refreshment instead of listening to my live videos and my heavy topics. Saka, I go there, I share, like sharing to my different groups and my Zimbabweans. But hey, it's why your music, but even in my groups, not a block because pane vanhu vanozviita mahonorables vaya muningi mugroup kakuti ndini I actually share my groups ana arts and ningirikini culture and stuff ndichiti zvairi music let's share to tisapotewo munhu ari kuzviitirawo dj zvake you don't gain money but at least vanhu vanokuona kuti uri kuita basa rakanaka but the idea yekuti munhu anotanga kuda kuita approve your post the idea already yekuti those people vanocreate magroups and pane vanhu vanozviti maadmin. You are admin of a group, so that doesn't make you important than other people. You are not too important to be nice, by the way. There are people who think that you can't even say hello to those people because they think they are more special than you. Who are you? Because your makeup looks nicer than mine, then you are more important. Because white Facebook Live, you're charged by 1,000 people, so you are more important. What's more important is what you are talking about. And are you talking about something more fruitful? Or is it just something to make people laugh? So people, we need to bring ourselves back to a certain level. The same as Dutch. Look, I know I say a lot of things about my Dutch people being commit slavery, being maybe some of them committing racism. But I have to tell you about one thing. Those people are down to earth. One thing I've learned from Dutch people. Minister wavo anoenda kubasa nebhasikoro. He cycles. He doesn't care. He feels safe wherever he is. And the other thing is, kana vanhu vachienda kubasa, they carry their what they call boterham. Boterham in Dutch is a lunch box inenge ine bread chingwa chavo chine cheese. Nothing more, nothing less. So they save mari yavo. Murume wangu ari pana akagara in front of me. Anodya chingwa chake masikati kuba ndobvunza kuti so how was your lunch? Zvonzi ndadya chingwa changu. Otenga like 2 slices of bread necheese, maybe nekadovi, and then oisa pachingwa chake. Onwa maybe even mvura chaiyo. Ndoti naiwe kudhara ndaimboti kwadii kutenga zvinhu zvine musoro kudya lunch ine musoro zvikanzi once in a while, once a week I buy soup. Ndombodya hangu soup, but I know these things are expensive. Anotaura zvakadaro, but that's saving money. I think isusu inini mentality yandakanzwa yandakabvaona kubva kumba is like pandaienda kubasa ndichiri kuita form 4 ndaenda kuTM supermarket. Waiti uchiona vanhu vachienda lunch zvezve vachidya vana nandos, and kana maboyfriend akaita girlfriend chaunotanga kutengerwa kuti vana nandos. I think we need to go back to like kungofunga kuti kana kuri kuti rupiza rwawakadya nezuro ruya rwasara woisa mulunch box mako wonodziisa kubasa, why not? And what you are Maria unotambira end of the month, weishandisa for fruitful things. Those things, we are not doing it.
Let me tell you, I know a lot of eyebrows will be raised. Do you know kuti vanhu vatema tine bvudzi rakanaka stereki?
Yeah.
But iye nyaya yekungoti chinhu chinobva kunze dzimba dzakawanda stereki zvinzi dzakaputsika zvinzi handina kuvigigwa hembe dzabva kuBotswana or South Africa.
Seriously?
Yes. Zvaikonzera maconflicts akudhara hatisati tambouya kuno. Bvudzi riya retinozoisa mumusoro iri ukariona richikatwa vanhu kuIndia namagadzirigwe arinoitwa, I know hangu don't take it personally.
But no. Be honest, say it.
That's $1 billion business to Africa. Rinovawanisa mari nyika dzekunana Asia idzo dziya. Mari ichibva muAfrica. Because hatina confidence nezvatiri.
No, we don't.
Taiona vana sisi tichi vadiki diki vachipisa kamo pungava mutoto pamusoro perekera vostrecha bvudzi ravo, bvudzi redu rakanaka. But nyaya iyeyo yokungofunga kuti chinhu chose chinobva from outside chakanaka, tichiuya uno taifunga tosvika nyama yakanaka. Nyama ndakazoona pandandakuita agriculture, mafitigwa anoitwa mombe dzomuno. Sorry, something chandakapinda ukaona mhuru yazvagwa nhasi ukazoiona after 6 months rine rava iro zing'ombe
rinobayiwa maantibiotics kuti rikure kwikika.
Nyama yataidya kumusha kwedu yanga iri quality.
But if we take that's what I meant about entrepreneurship. If we take that mentality a quick earning money, we will treat our animals like that in the end, because it depends on what you do. Kuda kuita millionaire kwatinetsa, we even honor those people too much. Pakaita millionaire uya nasara kutokudza kuti how did you become a millionaire? Munoita live yachinoita 100,000 people vachiwacha kana. I'm saying I want to be like that. How did you manage to? And I'm like simba rangu rinopera.
Do you know murungu unokwanisa kurambana nomunhu anogara paflat panapa, muneye agondorogwa paflat maybe 2-3 flats away from here. But isusu maboy zvikaita saizvozvo, mukadzi uya wakaramba une uchingoti ukasangana neshamwari dzako, ndakambobva neko, ndakambobva neko, wazvipiko. Ndakaenda kune imwe party kuLuton. Umwe mutsinda akasvika negirlfriend yake. Oza ndakanyara ndikati takaita sei varume vechitema. Akasvika ndokubva vapaka motikari yavo kwavakapaka. Murume uya akauya kuna vamwe varume kwatatiri zvedu takangogara pachitoro kamini brai patatiri. Saka vanhu kupaka kwakaita mota, people didn't see kuti abva nani. Saka vakazoona girlfriend yake kana kuti vavaroorana, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Vakati vatanga zvanzi, ndiani kwauya nouyu? Ndakambomhanya naye, unowa ndakambomhanya naye. Muchinda uya uripo. Ndino muchinda yana azogara papati akangondotora girlfriend yake.
Abva abuda akaenda.
Vatobva papati ipapo ndobva vaenda.
Now we live in a small world, and I think even and I remember ndichigara kuno for such a long time, I have known that of course there were Zimbabweans, of course Africans. We have lived in an area where a lot of expats were, then there will be like parties held and stuff. And by then, I considered myself young. I stayed with my brother, but then, funny time, and I can go once to a Zimbabwean party, and there were students. Like I go once, and that was my first and last time I did. It's because I don't know if it's a mentality kuti wasvika pore munhu womukadzi vanhu vakutokuunganirira, like they expect you to respond to them like, hey, sister mauya muri vega pano saka ndeip, you feel like obliged to say yes to varume. Mazano lucky enough Facebook you can block people, muma inbox. But what more if it's on a party? Vanhu wadaro wawana vanhu vakawanda kudariva unozonyadziswa mberi because hazvipereri ipapo.
Because What's the point? What is the point yokutaura kuti ndakazorarana nhingi imi masiyana? But kuvarungu zviri easy, anoroorwa apo padhuze dhuze, ende vachizoona zvakapera haazombofamba aiti uyu haiwa ndakapanika uyu haiwa wakabva nekunobva zvazvodi kweye mukadzi wawakaroora naye kumba wakamutora ari mhandara tikada hwedu kuti tinyatso kuzokubvunza zvakanaka ameno kuti kaitiro kedikako ndofunga ndo kamwe kakaita futi kuti africa isadevelop
ndizvozvo kuno tinoshorana
nezvinhu zvisina basa rese.
Yeah, no, that's true. So a lot of things that need to be changed, and people who judge are not judging people. Oh, hey, vanodai, vasodai. And there's just small things. There's murumo yakabereka mwana saka akadyiswa. You know, those small. It's just a small thing. It's a very simple thing, but kushorana kwakashata ikoko because it's the same thing as uti vakadzi vari kugara pamafacebook too much varume wavo indundundu. It's another mentality again. Yandofunga kuti ko chiri kuita kuti ufunge zvakadaro chii. Where are you standing? You know, so why don't we just have a basis of respect? Kuti look beyond what other people do. It's not like when somebody is on Facebook so much, then doesn't mean kuti avashaya anything chanoita kumba kwake. You know, there are a lot of people who are not judge abantu from the first moment and according to what they have experienced. So it's also a projection of themselves on others. Saka, hey, there are so many things that we can talk about, I think, and we can learn from one another as Zimbabweans, but also from other cultures, especially my cultured countries. Because the totofunga kuti saka kana tadai tagona zvakadai then vamwe vese vasingazvigoni havasisina anything tava ma-honorable ndisu honorable ningi advocate this and you know, I just don't like my titles akadaro. I just don't feel like it's normal.
Ivo varungu vakatoti wawakambohanonzi honorable kuno ndianiko his excellency vakationa kuti ndo zvetinoda ukuru tinohurisa saka ndokubva vasundidzira zvinhu zvachona kwetiri ende zvakatopinda muadrenaline medu takita kunge tinopenga
ndizvozvo noenda ameno macomments ari kunzi hanzi what is the topic anonzi Tracy mukamba we don't have a typical topic, we don't talk of topics tiite zvemaprotocols, but I hope you can understand what we are talking about. Sometimes what I try to force people to do is to look beyond the normal systems. We don't want to work under systems. I don't like systems. So when they a topic, it means you're obliged to stay on the topic. And I hear people like, this is not the topic. Feel free to talk about what you want. If you understand, we tend to listen, to reply, and not to understand. So it's important for us when you listen to what we are talking about, and then you come in with your own way of how you have experienced life from that area we are talking of. And we have been talking about a lot of things that we Africans are not how can I say it? We are missing some points, definitely. And example, Yekuti, why is it that Manchester United is the most, or football, Rema Europeans is the most wanted football than our African type of football? Why is it that we put our own ways of doing down and then we look up to other Western type of living? Why is it that we wish for some bullet train where we can actually promote human compassion, you know, things like that? You know, I think there are so many things that we can talk about. And look around you. What is it that you are not satisfied about? And are you happy that you are not even spending more time in your own house with your children, for instance, and you are having my shifts? What kind of job would you like to do in your life so you can spend time with your own family, with yourself? Things like that. You know, we are being forced to do things that we don't want to do because there are things that we could have been solving long time. So Mr. Mutangiri was trying to say here about kuti tinoda kubatira zvinhu pamusoro, kudhara taikuti kubatira chirungu pamusoro, and we are still doing the same. Idzo hembe idzodzi dzanzi kubva kuBotswana. Kudhara vanhu vaitorambana nokuti murume haana kuuya nehembe dzabva kuBotswana. It's the same as vanhu vari kutadza kurespecta their own fabric kumba. Because if you would know kuti kumba kunogadzirwa mafabrics, you would actually encourage vanhu vanosona vaya kuti vakusonere mbatya sevamutukudzi vanofamba nembatya dzekumba. You know, even Lumumba, that guy was talking again, just look at the fabric. Tinosona zvinhu kumba, we don't need these European clothes. Indakatopa kutumira zvinhu kumba. Kudhara ndaichengeta mbatya panapa. Ndichiti pandirowana chance, I'm going to send mabhero kumba. I'm no longer doing that because I know for a fact kuti mapostori chaiwo vanopfeka mbatya dziya white. I know for a fact kumba kune micheka inowivhwa. So why isn't it that we can encourage those people kuti vasone mbatya dzisiko mumashops dzitengeserwe vanhu, no matter what design you would like. Saka I think inini, for now, kana ndikadzokera kumba, you won't see me wearing this. I'll be wearing mbatya dzekumba chaidzo dzinofema dzemacotton, nokuti kunopisa ka. So I think every continent in their own type of clothes, not mapolyester atiri kupfeka kunoka asingafemi. Hey, Nancy Chico,
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, Mr. Mtangiri, thank you so much for being here. And it's good.
all right. Tobatana later.
Naita Basa, for your contribution. I'm really happy. I'm grateful you come and support my videos. And yeah, thank you so much.
All right, bye.
Okay, take care. Bye. That was Mr. Mtangiri. He's in Scotland. It's like yeah. Anyway, whatever we talk about, that's not certain topic. Those with some topics we take kuzvicheka zvigomo futi because we have to stay on the topic. Zvinonetsa taura about one topic. You know why? Because other people vanenge vachitongofunga kuti topic iyoyo topic yaangataura naye nezvaainasa angachide no. Saka hanzi naruramai mashi. I don't like people who worship other people with money. It's true. You don't have to worship a person with money. What is money? Money is not what brings our compassion together. We need to talk about communication. Marinoso, we are, you know, if respect one another. Doita mari yacho unoishandisa sei mari yacho iyoyo kokuzofa nokuti washanda mashifts akawandisa. You need to rest, you know. We just need to have our own demand. Just say you want to buy a bigger house, make it a little bit smaller. Or you want to buy expensive clothes. Start to think, oh, in Africa, I want to weave a micheka. So if I do that, I don't have to spend too much money. Food, start thinking organic and behave organic and eat organic. Nyama inogadzirwa muno muma-Western countries is not good for us. You start thinking about that, and you should know, okay, vana road runners hadziwaneki kwese kwese. So start traveling for your own food. You see, even kumaZimbabwe, there are a few Zimbabweans vari ku-UK vanotorima, vane maminda yavo, vanotounza chikafu from the other side of the world, kuti tidye chikafu chiri nani. But the great idea is for us to go back home. You cannot grow older when you're in there. You know, I don't want to be old when I'm in Europe. I have already told my husband, look, honey, he is my honey. You see, that's my husband. I told my husband that I'm not going to grow older in the Netherlands because my whole system, I'm an African woman. I don't want to go in the nursing home. I don't want anyone to take care of me. I want to go back to Zimbabwe. Ndinogara mukahat kai kumusha kune fema. Kwandonyatsodza kuti ndikafema mweya uyu uri so clean, you know. Kudhara hatisina zvinhu zvese zvekuti hanzi pollution and stuff. I hope it's still like that kumusha. So those kind of things. So anyone who wants to be added, but kana pasina, because tambotry kuda kueda Humphrey anga asipo. I couldn't add him. I don't know if he's still here. And yeah, I cannot find him. Ndandida kuita a short broadcast mufunge, but you know this is what happens. That day unoita short broadcast kwakuye vanhu vakawanda vachizoona. So regai ndimboona kuverenga ma-comments. Facebook has got a new live ningi, so kuverenga ma-comments kwakunetsa kuno. Hanzi natapiwa, the problem for Africa is our politics. our politics is not mature, says Zimbabwe is open for business. The other one says close Zimbabwe with sanctions. Open business is good, but not open for foreign dictatorship. Okay, Tapiwa, Mr. Tapiwa Duro. So what do you suggest? We must know the boundaries of our disagreements than to invite foreign countries to undermine us. And Ruramai Mash was saying too many PhD doctors in Zimbabwe and no hospitals. And so I'm a PhD doctor, so watanga kudzidza about natural medicines, to know kuti okay, muti uya muuyu unotirapa sei, and without having to sell them to Europe to process, we can actually eat mauyu zvaari iwayo. Hanzina Owen Gombani, Zim education is equivalent to a record album. Cookie cutters. Our roots vision is to move into an electric approach than that develop Africaneurs. And Shupika, entrepreneurship is difficult to understand. It will take time, probably in 10 years' time, it will be clearer. That is an English education system. It suits them and their society, not African society. It's true. So why keep on taking the English education, bringing it back? Fika my uniform, assembly, exactly the same way the British are being in Inglikini, are being. It's hard to understand why we still think we can take the Western system and bring it back to Africa. Yet Africa is a very different, even the weather, everything is different there. So you have to get to know yourself better. And it's the same as buying different type of hair product for your own hair. You're an African person. And what you're living in Europe, your African hair cannot take cold. So covering your hair with a wig is nonsense. You'd rather wear a hat or duku, I'm not saying good one, I'm not my wig at bed because I don't want to see a live video tomorrow. Hey, my wig. It's our choice. Why are you bothered with my makeup? I'm not bothered about what you do, but make sure it's not going to be a national thing. Don't try to make it a society thing. Do it your own personal thing, you understand? Because there are so many young children. We have my daughters. It's just, I don't want to put my daughter an example. A wig per Facebook. This is the normal way of living. We don't want. So let's make our what we find important. Let's bring it back to your own personal need, instead of making it a national need. So I'm free. Are you still coming? Because I saw that now I can add you. So you'll be the last caller and then I can close because time yamanya. I also need to have my me time. Mangwana, we have another. Hanzi chinhandara chekumasvingo 40 vhiki yako wakaoma. Hey, yes, I'm free. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I'm super good. Long time.
It is long time. It's been long time. You were busy, I understood, eh?
Yeah, at least now I'm back, and the pressure is too much. But I could spare some minutes to view your live.
So sweet. I'm happy to have you back. I'd missed you so much. It's been since November, December. I think January was the last time we had our.
Yeah, since January. But anyway, pane one point and I'm going to note and don't you stress about on like pane mskana tarot we talk too much, and when we don't focus on the practicability of things.
Yeah,
I believe personally. I believe change may not happen overnight, but brick by brick, step by step, we can get there. For instance, there are so many people, Zimbabweans everywhere in different countries, doing great things and trying to make people understand, especially us Africans.
Taura shona mapinda mahainas.
Okay. Ndikutaura kuti like I had an opportunity yekuona Prof Lumumba bosi wakamboya pachikoro pedu then
Oh,
vakatipa
nice.
speech
Yeah.
vakataura. I was, to some extent, I was offended nenyaya vaitaura about Zimbabwe, and it was true. Zvese zvavaitaura. But
Yeah.
panyaya yekuti totaura kuti maZimbabweans tonyanyotaurisa tisiri kuita action, I differ greatly, because right now I think kutaura kwamuri kutoita, it has an impact kune mumwe munhu. Personally,
Yeah.
like last year, I had 50 young girls whom I were mentoring, right? And among those, 40 vakakwanisa kuenda kutertiary kuuniversity, handiti vamwe
Yes.
A-level. But nyaya iripo ndeyekuti vongu vari kupinda musystem, muwhite system, education yakadraftwa kudhara, yataurwa yenzi iri kuproducer chinyi ma-workers, not ma-entrepreneurs. But
Yeah.
we have to understand that first step of getting an education gives one an informed mindset to actually understand things and stand up for what's right and what's bad.
Yeah.
And secondly, these young girls, as women, they now understand and know their role in society, and they cannot be manipulated by anyone from anywhere.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Yeah.
Be it the social part, be it the political part, they can make informed decisions on who to elect and who they cannot elect. And thirdly, when it comes to decision making, right now some are being trained to become advocates, right? Some are being trained to become social workers. Yes, they may not be entrepreneurs, because we cannot all be entrepreneurs.
No, we can't. We can't.
We are a whole with different functions, right? So as Zimbabweans right now, we are in SA with my friends. We are at school, right? But we saw it necessary to start an NGO to help young girls, vulnerable people, depending on the situation they are experiencing. Understanding that home, Africa is home, not only Zimbabwe. The moment I go to village Limpopo, then I talk to young girls, young boys, inspiring them, telling them that as an African, as a black person, your future is in your hands. When they say charity begins at home, we are not talking of you migrating to another country. Build your own country, so that many people would admire your country. We are not saying globalization is bad. We are not saying moving to other countries is bad. But first, we have to develop our nations so that we become ambassadors of our nations. We become so proud of our continent. So
I'm so proud of you, Humphrey. I'm very proud of you. This is now 3 months, 4 months later, and you are talking like this. And remember when we first talked, when you were saying to me, Auntie, you're opening my mind about, because I've been in Europe for a long time. What could be the reason why we should not come to diaspora? Because we all look up to Western people, thinking Western countries are the best, and we, no, don't come here. And for me, I think earlier on in the video, if I would go to airport, tarisa passport that if that's helping, I'm very happy, and I would rather have my little sisters even my little brothers ndichiziva kuti muri kuziva kuti rupiza runocontaina chii. Yes, and kuti mapedza ndachitaura yekuti at least vazive kuti okay, ndikangoisa machira too many clothing without polyester, without plastic, there's nothing chinondiaffecta. If ndikaziva kuti I don't necessarily need my contraceptive pills, but I can try to use natural ways of, we know that at least we won't have my side effects. We won't suffer from cancer. We want to go back to that old Africa when we're not suffering from cancer. But right now, what's happening is like, instead of course, we are running away from colonization, British, Europeans, but now we are coming into the Chinese. And you see, with my Chinese shops, we are still eating chikafu. So we need to go back there. True. What you are doing, I'm so happy that you are putting all sorts of things into practice. And thank you for saying kuti effective. And we are learning now from you, because you are actually grabbing that with 4 hands and you are doing it.
I'm just happy to hear this. It's really touching me this now, and I'm touched. I'm really happy. I knew I know you can do that, and you are being supported. I wish I had money, but I don't have. But this moral support you have from me, definitely. And saka ukatarisa pamapedzi paya kuti pakamira sei, that's important. But not only that, everything that you know kuti is being offered kuvana vekumba, just make sure kuti you put a blockage on whatever you doubt on, because there are a lot of people vanouya kumba vachizviti tiri ma-celebrities, we are Europeans, we are coming to help ma-African poor children. Those people vanouya pama-selfies vachiti we are coming from Europe, we can help you with this, what is it that you are doing here? Make sure you know kuti look, kana munhu ada kudzidza something from African country and anobva kuEurope, ask questions. What is it that they want from you? Even if they have 100,000 euros to give you, that money still needs management. You don't have to just accept everything. You don't have to accept it. Just say no to things that you know could you may doubt in the future. Because muna zvaangofane kushaka zulu yakatambira mira akazviona face yake, hey, haanga asati azviona. The whilst he was watching himself, vakatora the whole land. So the same thing, 100,000 euros for some people is not even a lot of money.
Yeah, sure.
But vanoziva kuti vari kuinvesta in what? You understand? Saka unopiwa medicine, unopiwa paracetamol. Paracetamol inokuigira Ebola. Wazvinzwa? Wapa Ebola iyo kuvasikana vai vaakuzonidha vanhu vanoti taakuzoendesa Red Cross kuZimbabwe. Taakuzoendesa, you know what I mean to say. Be careful. So those kind of things, you just have to say, kana uri kuleader vanhu uri kudi ukapiwa offer, make sure you double check it. It's not about not trusting people, but it's important to double check whatever you do.
Yeah, sure.
That's all what I wanted to share with you, Kuti. All these years we've been learning a lot of things with vanhu vanotestwa vakadi, mishonga inotestwa pavanhu vapi, slavery yakamira sei, and kunoku zvinhu zvisisadiwi kunoku zvaakuendeswa kuAfrica, because kunoku vanhu vari muEurope vari kushandisa masanitary pads ari organic. Vanhu vari muEurope kunoku magroups avarume. They are in groups talking about breastfeeding. They are in groups talking about caring my babies. They are in groups talking about the natural ways of treating their faces and stuff, cleaning themselves without any products anenge ari chemically treated. What happens with my commercial companies aya aitengesa zvinhu kuvanhu? Vakunotengesera isusu manje. Isu taakufunga kuti taakupiwa Dove. Hanzi Dove is a good product, you know. Vasikana vanenge vaida kuitwa liberated kumba vandofunga kuti tapiwa a good, inonzi chi brand. Hapana zviripo. Brand names aya tinoziva kuti anozikanwa, hapana zviripo. There is nothing like brand. My brand ariko mazuva it's organic, but it should be real organic. Know what you are eating, know what you are wearing, and know what you are putting on your face. Keep your beard instead of shaving yourself because you are killing your skin. All sorts of things, you know, and you just have to educate yourself. It's very important. So my husband is showing me his beard. So yeah, he's Humphrey. Say hi to him here.
Well, how are you?
Yeah, so you know, it's very important for you to know as an African, good look, whatever you get from Europe is genuine. And right now, iwo uri kudzila nevasikana vaye, make sure kuti vasikana vaye havakumbirwi kuti vaitire nhumbu kuvanhu vari kuno, vakadzi kuno havachadi kuzvara, havachadi kuita nhumbu, vada kuramba vari young. So what they do is they are looking for mothers to carry their babies. So they pay you money. So you educate them again on that one. Kuti look, no. No matter how much money you are given, they want something from you. So parotori in the business rekuzvara vana rekuti antikwaitwa zvekumboadoptwa vana kubva kuAfrica zvakudzikira kamazuva ano, because we are fighting against that. But
surrogate mother.
They are looking for a mother carrying, how do you call it, a carrying whatever, anototakura nhumbu.
Surrogate mother.
Ngavazvare vega vana vangu vatsvage my natural ways of doing that, because kunoku vanochembera kavachiita my education avo vozoti vazokura havachazvari vakuda kuzvarisa vamwe vanhu kuti vavabhadhare mari. No. We don't want that to happen. Not our African sisters.
Yeah, Michibata Papo, it reminds me when I was in grade 5, I think around 2001. Like I'm dark in complexion, right? So people would usually tease and bully me because of my skin tone. So like Nikuzokura, then Chakma Form 4, form 3 form 4 chona vasikana vakutanga kuti musikana itakakura naye akasviba, but out of nowhere she's becoming lighter and lighter. Tosvika form 6 she's now as light as anything as they come. So with our people, the problem with our people is we are suffering from mental slavery. We may try to run away from it. We may try to say, yeah, no, we are now a free continent, but only a few, like Prof. Lumumba, actually understand what's going on. Zvakaita varungu vachitanga kuuya kunoku vakauya vaestablisha a system through anthropological studies. Vakanzwisisa set up a social structure yedu kuti how do we relate as Africans, and they understood how strong our values were. So they went back to Europe and they decided to destroy everything African and to call it evil. Anything black is called evil. But the
even
Bible says, when the Bible says the sin that is red is crimson, now zvakundi chitema, icho chifana chiri chitsvuku. So they've demonized anything black. They have demonized everything African. Until we start to read and understand that there is nothing wrong about being black, because they wish they have our skin. Like sunscreen and stuff. I don't need those stuff because my skin.
No, you don't. They don't. They even have what they call sun. How do you call it? What is a sonnebank in English?
Tanning studio.
Yeah, some tanning studio, something like they want to. The kind of sauna. I see a few friends of mine. They go and sit under a. Yeah, it's like wait a brown, you know.
Yeah. So the thing is, okay. The thing, to understand is like when but it's just that, like when I go to Zimbabwe, talk to these girls from airport. I know girls, look, it's not a matter of where you're hailing from, but you don't have fancy buildings and stuff. You know, the change you seek is in you. There is a giant in you that can help. If you tap into that giant, you can become the best person in the world. Everybody can actually appreciate. But now, when they go on social media, they see these girls who are cheating slave queens, the girls who are trading themselves for money, trading their bodies for money, not knowing that actually they are destroying their future. They're actually destroying their lives just by wanting pleasurable things, a quick way to having a better life. So, then they will understand that now we are doing the right thing. Because I had 6 years of my life and
okay.
I still remember tichidya sadza obwanzi gocha inonzi kana pane pasina muri obwanzi gocha banana odya nebanana mbishi oita rekugocha ndatombozviseka, but somehow it was somehow health. I don't know how, but I never
Hi Patricia. Yeah. It's the same as they eat my banana. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, even or even my West Africans, they eat what they call back banana, and they eat. It's nice. It's tasty. So it's a question of knowing ourselves. After mental slavery, yes, it happened. But the fact that we are talking about it now, and the fact that we are seeing, we still see now less faces it's good because you can tell. It also depends on who is wearing them, because the more role models who do not wear shakadaro, the more younger people are going to learn, look, this is how it's supposed to be. Not long back, I was invited in Amsterdam kune a fashion discussion, and I told mama models vanofamba ku Milano. We're talking with them, vanga vakaonda kuita mabonzo, and longo design ndikapiwa microphone ndakatanga kungovodza ndikati, look, you guys, kana muri kutipa an example muchifamba pa catwalk, the way you look and the way I look, are you telling me kuti ndofana ku lose weight to your weight so I can fit in the clothes that you are representing? The guy don't know. I have a total different figure than you, so which means there are different clothes that are supposed to come on the market. Inindri mukadzi ane magaro, you know, ndiri mukadzi mupfupi, and I'm a typical African woman. And when I need some dress, I don't want to wear a straight dress. I need a PA form dress. I need a A form dress. I'm not going to wear a dress rakafana nemunhu anenge akaonda fewo uri kufamba catwalk. So they were like, wow, you know, vanga vachiraisa my eyebrow, like, wow, where is this woman coming from? So the idea is here in Europe, it's you need to speak in their own language, your own mind as an African person. That's how it is. Because the moment you are afraid of them and you are doing what they do, they don't respect you at all. They can only respect you if you are totally African and you know you're doing something they cannot do. That's where you can start talking. And what they cannot do are those things we put down, Kumba. We look down on ourselves. You see?
I think.
And the other thing is, Taurako.
All right. That's why I always say the power for one to progress is in the definitional terms of issues. What the moment you allow certain people to define who you are, the road you must take to your destination, then that's the moment you are losing the sense of being, of the sense of self. What's problem? Like for me, it's representable. There's a certain way you expect one in society or a different
they
people
expect you to
know my culture, who do not know how I was raised. So problem anything that is white, anything that is Western is the ideal thing. So first we have to understand who we are, the organization of our society, and how we do things as Africans. Then actually realize that, I assure you, progress is certain.
You know, it's already coming. We can see a few things happening. Things are changing. And I think we are communicating on higher levels these days. We don't care. And you could be even Chamisa right there. And I'm not afraid of talking to you because I know my mind will always feel the same. If you could be Mr. Mnangagwa, you could be Obama. My husband once told me, he's sitting in front of me, he said, you know why I love you so much? Because today you'll be talking to Obama. And you'll be talking to Trump and Ngarapa. And you tell those two people to wait because you were in a hurry of talking with someone on the street without any money. Because that person you find is very important to talk to. And you want to give that person even priority. And you tell Obama, could you wait a minute? That's the person I am. I won't give you any other treat if you are wearing, or you are having another position, or you own even 20 cars. I just treat you the same. That's who I am. So it's the same as Varume. This is the message to men in general, all men. I always say to people, Kuti, I'm married to a European. Not because that was the only option I had. Not because I didn't want to be married to our Zimbabwean brothers. But because I live in a country where there are not African people, not enough to make a choice, and not the ones who understood me. So, another thing is, men have so much expectations from women. You know, we think a woman who is beautiful should be looking or talking like this and should be smiling like this. So then that's the type of woman we need. And there are women with some expectations from other women who are like, hey, I look like this and that's more beautiful, and you should be looking like this, that's more beautiful. Those things like we should lose weight to look beautiful. Those things like we should look lighter, like we're talking about skin lightening. Varume Varikumba should know the type of woman you want. Because I think it's about communication, it's about what you share, it's about what you feel. And the moment you know that, how deep you feel about somebody, the less your looks are important.
This deep.
Because you can take your wife and you can run now. You can take your wife, you expect maybe she's not looking healthy. Maybe you think that could be very bad for her, she's obese. Then you go with her for walks. You educate. It's again education. Because that's what I'm scanning skinny. Who can now see certificate? Small house.
The small house, yeah.
It's the same as kana mukadzi wake yazvara mwana haachakwanisi kumboita sex for the first few weeks saka wakumusiya kuenda small house.
No, small house, yeah.
That stupid way of getting along with that, it should stop. That's one.
Yes.
Another two things that we have learned today is about so could respect my honorables. So could respect my Hans, you married a good man that happens to be European. I know that, Mr. Chatonda, but I also have to teach other people who judge me because I'm married to a European. Thank you, Mr. Chatonda. I'll tell him he's just sitting in front of me. For those people who think, hey, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. But you know, he knows I love him. We love one another. We are not for nothing together for 21 years. So I'm not a secret woman. I will never do that. But the thing is, you know, another second thing, we have an education system yatakapiwa kumba. That education system, kuti tinovita grade 1 kusvika university, toita masters, toita PhD. Takutanga kuva respect vanhu vaya. We start looking up to them. We start trying to be like them. We start trying to kill ourselves. Hatina mari yechikora, hatina chii. Yet you have experience yekugadzira even a chair newood. Yet you have even experience. You are someone anokwanisa kutaura, unokwanisa kuimba. No one is looking at your talent. You are still focusing on ndakunoita degree iroro. Waita degree racho wakufamba mustreet hauchawani basa. Because you are focusing on some field. I'm not saying that you don't go to chikoro, but no, kuti uchienda kuchikoro, you also have other options. Let those options open. You understand? Because even in Europe, not everyone go to university, but they all get my offers. Like I wonder, you know, they get my possibilities. They could chikoro in different fields. Because they try to discover, hey, the people who the people no go, you know, so they focus on what you're good at. It could be music, it could be anything. So we need to respect my artists as well. Instead of looking down upon them. Anyway, Tora, go quick, Humphrey, then they go ahead and fought Vic.
All right. Problem at we have been conditioned to believe that education is the key to success. Alas, when it comes to Zimbabwe, the kilo has been changed. So now the education cannot open the door to success. So that's why many people, they are trying to be entrepreneurial, trying to do businesses, and now they lack knowledge. But anyway,
afana pinda wa kunyara ere tetera kutaurisa kava
ndikumbogadzira thesis rangu kuti ndite title yamuri kuramba yacho iyoyo.
No, you use your title wisely. You know, I'm not trying to say that you cannot use a title. What I'm trying to say is there are people misusing the whole thing, and there are people not understanding what it means to have a title. Because everyone has the different talent. We need to respect one another. We just need a base of respect. Because everyone may have a talent. We just need to respect that. That's all. Of course, go ahead, and it's very important, and you follow your dream, and I really support you in whatever you're doing. Thank you so much, Humphrey.
Thank you so much, Auntie. You're
welcome. You know, Tete loves you from the Netherlands, and whenever you're ready, you're allowed to come over here, only to visit, not to stay, because you can stay, but it should be a choice, not because you're stranded.
I'm stranded. Sure, yes,
no,
thank you so
I
much.
don't want you to be stranded to Africa. Whatever you need, just let us know.
Thank you so much, Auntie. Let me try to put on this thing.
Okay, good luck. And say hi to everyone, Ikoko. Okay, bye-bye. Love you. That was Humphrey. Okay, take care. Bye. That was our Humphrey, Ariku, South Africa. I know him since November, but I got Zimbabwe, and he's such a dedicated, we can call him the Obama of Zimbabwe. And you see, it's important for us to keep talking. So he's also encouraging us to keep saying what we were saying. We can talk. Maybe there's no much action, but you can see already the result is there. Because before, he used to think, Tete, inga muri ku Netherlands, kwakanaka, ndoda kuuya ikoko. But now he's the guy, no, we don't have to go to Europe. we are encouraging one another right now. Ari kunotaura nevasikana vari kunana Epworth uko, ari kutaura nevasikana vari kuSouth Africa, maZimbabweans ese ari kuencourage kuti look, you are here in the right place. Just be patient and enjoy yourselves without having to wear my wigs. You don't have to look different. You are okay the way you are. So that's the thing. And hi, Chika, Michelle. No, you haven't missed that much. And you can always look the video or you can watch it later. And we have been talking about different issues, really. And yeah, I have a handicap. When I start talking about things, I talk about different issues. I cannot focus on one topic. Hey, foti ndazokuona manje varara here.
Varamba. I've been slept too long, Mascati. I fell asleep and forgot to takarara also.
No, it's okay, but Sagash na shakamuka.
It's two of them.
Rukona upside down.
No, Rukona upside down.
Oh yeah, now you're back. How are you? Welcome back. Oh yeah, Mr. Chatonda was saying here before you go further, people were responding. And to talk to me before you relocate to USA, make sure you get the best deal. Okay. I think Humphrey. And green banana is good for stabilizing blood sugar. Thank you so much for that information. Mr. Chatonda said again when I mentioned about my husband. Hi, Mia. Correction, you married a good man who happens to be a European. Who does not want a good man or woman, regardless if where they come from. It's true. My husband is smiling here. He knows. Thank you, Mr. Chatonda. As Narura, your husband is handsome. Thank you for that. So, are you there?
Yeah, someone.
Yeah, okay. Something happened. Yeah, I know my husband is handsome.
That's a beard gang. In the noughties, this metrosexual nonsense yakatanga to try and feminize our men. And then the beard thing is so popular now because I'm a woman who loves a man's man. My husband and a beard and full beard, like all hair, and I love that.
Yeah,
clearly, he's the man in the relationship. And why I came on here because we want to talk about Nyaya beauty. Our men. Sometimes you don't blame these ladies. And funny thing is, in Southern Africa, the people who are not bleaching, it's people who are light-skinned already.
Yeah.
It's usually people who are light-skinned already. I remember just after independence, Mugabe banned all these ambi and skin lighteners. And by that time, it was a fashion even amongst the men.
Yeah.
See how people got those chihuahuas in.
Shame.
I once heard Wabudu remark to me, Pandaka ita shortcut by hair skanzi. Manje mskano ebasa nde upi kana makugera msoro kudai.
Kunyepa.
What do you mean? Well, we need to know God what boss ndiani. Mskano ebasa ndiani kana shika pamba. I said, what the hell?
That mentality again. Oh, it sucks.
So you don't blame the women wanting to put this $600, $600, $800 hair on their heads. It's not their fault. It's expectation. And even if you go online these days on dating sites, some guys will tell you that if your idea of going on a first date is wearing comfortable clothing and minimal makeup, then you're not the girl for me. I want the girl who's got the nails done, false nails. I want that. I want the makeup, and I want the hair down your back, and I want the false eyelashes. You must look the part. Yes, it's a status thing because men know that kind of lady is all those things are expensive, and then it makes him look good that he can afford to put all these things on this woman.
Yeah.
People assume when they see them together that he's the one who's keeping her prim and proper.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is.
Murume kana uchitooneka uchifamba nemukadzi akadaro type mabhebhi anogona kumaintain. It's a status thing.
It's the status thing. It's about the money, and that's why people are killing one another. They are killing each other. Like people are working hard. My shifts they are not even looking good.
Yes.
They're looking after themselves because they want to earn a lot of money.
Yes. And taste the avakazi in our African men, especially the ones who are exposed or have attained a certain status. They want the skinny girl, tall, skinny, who looks aesthetically Western. And the eyelashes. My dad calls them as my caterpillar maziso.
Sure. It's sad because if in kuno kuku Holland kwavanoti kune drugs and red light districts, that my Dutch people are very much down to earth.
Yes.
The women, not so many wear makeup. They just vanotofamba nemajogging trousers avo vachienda kuchikoro vachitotora vana vachidii. Vanoshovha mabhasikoro kuno, so most of the time, half of the time, they find wearing comfortable clothes being very important. And inini nebasa rangu field yandiri, with what I do zvembereko, I teach also about being ergonomic, but also your posture kuti yakamira sei. You cannot walk around nemagogo all the time, like when you're wearing a high-heeled shoes. It's very bad for your pelvis. Yes, I know kuti tiri kutaura zvinhu zvatototi vanhu vanotoda zvefashion vaya vanozoti hezvo muri kutikanganisa fashion zedu, but I think
there's a
encourage.
Time and
Yes. Ini ndinozogogo. I know I wear the thing, but I don't wear gogo at all the times. I don't, I think it's, even my husband says, look, kana tapfeka zvati we would rather have a long walk tichiita watch whatever the city, ndopfeka zvinhu zviri comfortable. I think you still look sexy, you still look content in however you look. The idea is, how do you behave? I think your behavior, you still full of humor, you still lovely, you're not, because you can look nice from outside, but you are some kind of a I don't know. There is no way you can look nice. So yeah, there's so much education we need to do on different levels.
I came back because I wanted to ask you a question, and everybody here. Pick a number and tell me percentage of Africa's total GDP do you think NGOs bring to Africa? Or any kind of aid. What is the percentage that comes into Africa? Pick a number percentage-wise. Is it 20%, 40%, 50%? What do you think? Because that's my degree, international development.
As for me, maybe can you come again? Because you mean the developmental programs.
The developmental programs, the Room Africa, and what they bring in financially as a percentage. Is it 2% of Africa's GDP? Is it 25%, 15%, 40%, 30%? What percentage do you think it is of our total income of what they're bringing? What percentage do you think it is?
Yeah, as for me, I would say nothing, because I don't like the idea at all.
But I'm saying a lot of people think it's a lot and it's something that we can't do without. And if we didn't get that aid, would collapse. It's actually less than 2% of our total GDP.
Nothing.
Because whatever they bring in, yes, exactly, Ruamai Mash, this is saying boomerang aid. Whatever, even Munoma charities, you can call yourself a charity, and some of the charities, 75% of the money donated is written down as administrative cost.
Yeah.
And the same thing in Africa. Then Botswana saying that they're providing water, you're in the middle of a desert. And yet the NGO Yawaka a huge house with a huge swimming pool in a place where people where water is scarce. You know, oxymorons like that. Are taking place. And if you know in the height of the problems in 2008, if you go kuma rural areas, people are telling you the NGOs to come back. And you go to places like Somalia, you get what's that the rebel government that's on there, Al-Shabaab.
Yeah.
They don't want to see anything that's called NGO or anybody Western NGOs. They'll shoot you on sight.
Yeah. Because they are clever. They have already seen they learn from our mistakes. And that's the thing, as we are hard learners, we Zimbabweans, these Africans, the other parts of African countries as well, but it's also this not what we're talking about really, Kuti. We cannot accept who we are. The moment you know yourself, Kuti, I am a Zimbabwean, you know, kwachivi and kwachivi tinodya rude nemuchacha.
But those things that are healthy in Zimbabwe, chaicho is looked down upon. It's like poor people's food. My grandmother never ate white sadza.
No.
To the last, as far as she was concerned. She never ate white sadza.
People from West Africa, they say white sadza ndere mombe na mombe dzawo dzekoko dzinodya sadza chibage chewhite.
Vanoigadzira to make snacks or porridge emakuseni, but it's not taken as a staple, as a main food.
No, it's true. They would rather eat plantain and things like that, and it's just you know. And vana rupees, we have lots of stuff that we can look up to. Vana mawuyu, vana,
and that vegetable, the amaranth, purple like maroon like. The muchindevero anoiti imbuya. I don't know what it's called in Shona. It's like olu telomatonki or something like that. It's not a very good vegetable. Pika to have that vegetable.
Okay.
But can the seed of the top part is called amaranth. In South America and Peru, they grind it and make flour and then make tortillas and they eat, and it's very, very high, very nutritious, higher in calcium than milk. And munomu in Whole Foods, you get a small packet like that, a small packet like that for about 9 pounds, and they add it into smoothies, kind of for the
and you just get a little portion.
Yes, all these health conscious people, even I don't know what you call them, the fruit from the baobab tree.
I know the mawuyu, and I know mawuyu.
Mawuyu powder, 100 grams here is close to 15 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
And
very expensive oil. In a small bottle. Yeah.
Yes, and the baobab oil is very good for anti-wrinkle skin or whatever. A small 50 ml is going for 28 pounds. Between 28 pounds and 32 pounds.
And 940 Vic, let me ask you, how did these things get here? How do they keep getting here?
That's what I mean. And they get them for close to nothing, and they use it in second-hand clothes. to get
Yeah,
some
so
of this
that's why I'm
stuff.
saying, but we need to close down our borders for those goals, those people you're
Look at the
asking.
Australians. Look at the Australians. Go to any zoo in the world and tell me you can't find a kangaroo nowhere. Koala bear, you want to see a koala bear, you have to go down under. You want to see a kangaroo, you have to go down under.
And there we are going, talking about
angry.
open for business, for business.
I was
Not
very
yet.
angry to find that in Zimbabwe, in our national park, we're still sending elephants out. We are still sending white rhino out. These things are going to be extinct. What the hell are you doing?
Iwe, ndichikuudza nechishona on this one. Unozviziva here kuti rhino yako iyoyi yauri kutaura nezvayo. Ndichataura chishona chakatyoka. Unozviziva kuti vakazvidiscover here kuti mhuno yayo iyaya inorapa. Inorapa zvirwere zvekensa kunoko. Saka vakatanga vachiti saka zvakazoitika ka nyika yandigereno yakaipa. Zvakazoitika vakanga vakutanga kuita maprograms malast years aya. Takunochengetedza marhino. Marhino ari kuuraiwa. Vanhu vemapoaching vari kunetsa.
Ndosaka wakatanga kuti ngaitogara isina hazvina basa, it doesn't need it. Tongocheka for safekeeping kuti isaurayiwa tobvisa vanga vakubvisa ka.
Vari kutouya vononoitora, but how do they come in? Havapindi semajournalists, havapindi senhingi sematourists, vanopinda sema-developmental programs because tinovatambira. Ndomahaina zayash. Maybe tinopiwa a little bit of money. Maybe tinopiwa chita tofara. Ndisu vana Shakazalo tapiwa grazi tazvitarisa.
Waendeswa ku 5-star hotel. 5-star hotel ukavigirwa newhisky.
Unorara maChinese.
Unorara muhotera negirlfriend. That's why I said muZimbabwe ka kana uri MP uchiri kutofadzwa nokuenda unorara kuhotera kuconference ka, then you shouldn't be my MP. You shouldn't be my MP.
Said, it's said. Saka ndosaka chiona even mazoo kunoku. Iwe kana uri kuEngland ikokoko. Zviti vana vangu it's holiday wakutotedzera varungu katata akuenda kuzoo takumbonoona maanimals.
Andiende,
That's so stupid.
I live 20 minutes, 15 minutes walk from London Zoo, Regent's Park. Walking distance from my house, and I've never been there with the kids.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I would never bring my children to a zoo.
30 pounds. Kunoona muka.
It's another topic, Fort Vic. It bothers me so much. Unozwa vanhu vachitanzi, hey, we don't eat meat anymore. Kunoko. We are now vegetarians. We need to think of our global warming. But my animals, tinotora tichimatora kubva kuma-African countries, kunana India, tomaunza, takumavharira mumacages, right?
Zvakatanga kupi. Before they took the animals, they took the Africans, vakaisa mucage, ndo vaionewa those days.
Yeah. And to watch the monkey, what's the name of that movie again? Monkey, what? The movie about monkeys here? The movie from the Monkey Planet? The Rising of
Planet of the Apes.
Yes, you should watch that one again with this mentality. The Planet of the Apes. You know, what they do, vanopinza animals, they are very wild, those animals, right? Vanoma injector, right? To calm down. Snakes, it's very bad. Vano injector those things, they sterilize them, they do whatever they do, and whatever they do with the medication they give them, it also has its side effects. Saka recently there was vana vangu vanoenda kwambuya vaona sekuru vanogara in the other area, they live close to a zoo. Saka vanotofamba from outside, they can see my animals in the zoo. So there was a story in the newspaper that an elephant killed its own child. Of all the animals, an elephant kills the baby after birth. There are women who do that even because of this medicine that they get, and
No, but I
talking
think
around
as well,
story.
elephants are like us, Vanu. The elephant
They
knows what's
protect,
going
yeah.
on and doesn't want the child to grow up in that.
I was shocked because it already says kuti my hormones anenge injectwa into that thing inoita kuti ive so harsh, ive so insensible, even. And how many people are like that? How many women are suffering from higher postnatal depression in Europe? Where yet Kumba, we do not have that problem yet at all. How many people are
you can't minimize support, Tetemed. You can't minimize the amount of support we get. Kumba ukazvara mwana, the first 3 months mwana wako hautombobati unless you're breastfeeding. Anenge ari muvana. You get time to recover. My twins are 5 years old, but they turned 6 today, actually.
Yeah. Makorokoto, by the way, yes.
Thank you. I still feel like ndakazvara within last year. My body hasn't recovered.
You see, yeah, me too.
To recover.
Aiwa, unoona tichidhenza chitry kudhenza madumbu achirwadza tichizvibata kushaya support. It's true. We are poor here in diaspora. We are so poor. We need to do something about it.
All the support uchijamba uchiita sei uchimbobuda uchimboenda walks, and your body snaps back. Waist inadzokera mai vangu's got 3 kids. Mai vangu is 69. Havana dumbu. She still has her figure. Havana dumbu. Inotori nedumbu rinokunda mai vangu. I'm 25 years younger than her.
Yeah, vanosunga nemanapukeni yenoziva izvezvi zvinonzi mashitsi aya anosunga zvakudzoka kuno kueurope vakuzvisapota a lot.
Nemasurgical waist ningirikini anodhura zvekuti se.
I know. So we need to open our eyes and go back there. Ndichitaura nezvembereko ndichidzidzisa vanhu about ninge. I tell them about masungiro kumba. I tell them about what like my Himba women vaive kuTanzania, what they do. Vanonozvarira vana kumakomo kwaukwekwe. Zvekuti my developmental program vanotanga kutudza kuti anzi ma-African, save African women, they are dying when they are giving birth. Save vana ma-African children, they are dying. It's nonsense. You're being told nonsense. Because
in UK, they are trying to encourage vakadzi kuzvarira mumba, home birth. And yet in Africa, they are telling you the opposite.
Yeah, because we're told it's brainwashing. We even think
I remember one time my mom was a midwife, and I think this lady akatanga kuita her labor pains, and her mom or her mother-in-law, whoever that she was with, wasn't kumba. So paakapinda zvikanzi no, I see visiting time aubvumidzwa kupinda. Saka ndobva waenda nekuwindow kuenda ku-labor ward, and she called her daughter through the window. Akamupa a cup of something to drink. You know that she drank that thing. Within an hour, the baby's head was crowning. Hey, quick! Gave birth within 5 hours. Their baby, they were going home.
You see?
But yet, Europe, 48 hours labor, 36 hours labor. Ha!
Anenge aida kuti umire unoenda kuhospital vaone maclients and obva wanoitwa ini ndinotombozvifunga ndikutaura nechirudzi chedu unoziva kuti slavery yaitwa kunhingirikini yekuti vanhu vaichekwa maparts emwiri yavo yekuti tauzonoitwa maoperations
nepipi dzevarume vedu vanga vari obsessed nadzo. Hanzo aicheka oita necklace makujumbu nepipi yarume vedu isa necklace.
I'm shocked.
Kana wanga usina wanga uri balance yanga itori stamp yekuti uri shasha. Been and conquered wakaenda ukadzoka uri shasha. Because iwoka vanga vasina saka yanga iri obsession yekuti maona here.
You know, ndokuita put down people.
Yes. Yes.
Saka hey yakatooma. That's the same as pane video yandakamboita so tichitaura about kudrive magonyeti nekudrive in nekudrive in a mountain and driving on a straight road, it's a joke yatombotaura for a long time now. Yekuti vakadzi vanoexpectwa to lose weight to look like white people, like general, Then
Ndine somebody I know akatoita gastric bypass. Murume akanoshanda kuDubai, iye anoshanda muno. Murume akadzoka aita gastric bypass 3 months. Kanzi no. Andizvo zvandiri kuda. And now atone munhu atenda mwana 1 year old. This girl is now changed from size 20 to size 14 manje. Murume ari kuvava.
It's sad.
Because all her breast mass, nemagaro gone, all the fat mass gone. And Annie, all this loose skin, arm with depression, she's working hard, right?
Of course, she's not talking some money.
Kutaenda ku America kunoitwa operation yekubviswa loose skin.
Mina ndimbopindura hanzi Laura Mamoyo Gumunya hanzi inyaya yei. Asha kutoteerera because nyaya dzedu dzawandisa pano. Isati dide nematopic anonetsa, we don't like protocols. Saka inyaya dzakasiyana siri kubata twakawanda.
Yes, Rura my mash is talking with her grandmother gave her millet when she was young. Millet flakes, corn flakes, flakes made from millet, like corn flakes, packet is 7 pounds. Planet organic. And I know poor people food. They when they kana musiri kudya maspaghetti kumba kwenyu ne chicken, then muri kutambura.
Inga zvakatooma. Zvangofana kutenga maprema ekupusha vana instead of kubereka vana kumusana. There's a lot we need to educate one another. I think it's good we are talking about these things, at least kuti tizive kuti tozviziva ndisvo. And inini kunoku Europe kwandiri kunoku, I just fight against the fact that vanhu vasandiudze kuti hey, you have to go through my researchers, or you have to go through kuti upiwe certificate yekuti uri kutengesa mbereko kudii. Ndikati hey, ndisiye ndakadaro maAfricans hatipana nemacertificate ekutengesa mbereko basi. Saka things like that. And
certificate
hey, hanzi you have to be certified. You have to ndakatoenda ndikanotora makadiko vasinyoro, thank you. Ndakatonototora ka certificate kuti ukwanise kuti udzidzise vanhu ngirikini vanhu vekunoku kuti vadzidzise kuti mwana anodai. Yes, we just did it, but I just tell them, look, my Africans are different, totally different from my Europeans. So, but in terms of another day.
And some of it is esoteric knowledge. We just know it's in us. I try a certificate.
We don't look. We behave naturally, and
it's like only saying kuti Torah certificate yekudzura chibage. If you have to do some implements, not dzura. Wakadzidziswa nani?
Ndosa wachiona mapictures angu akawanda kana ndiri kupa even a workshop or a lecture. Then ndakatakura mugomo wangu padenga, so ndakaisa mwana wangu kumusana, and I'm giving a very professional lecture ipapo. Kuti vazive ka.
And that makes a poster yako ita very good.
Yes, that's the thing, because what it is not kuti ndiri kuda ku improve my posture. It's about letting them know kuti look, the fact that I'm wearing something pamusoro apa nekubereka mwana kumusana, you don't need to give me a certificate for that. But something I was born doing, and you are here to learn from me. Because if you cannot accept with me as an African woman, I can teach you something without you having to certify me, or without you having to research what I'm doing, And so I'm like,
Pandakazwara, my first child, was 25, and midwife, I can't see, I don't know where she went after handing him to me. I can't see, and I can't go back. I don't know where she went. When she came back, I was breastfeeding. She can see, What? I thought
Both
this was your
women.
first, your prima, whatever, Vera. This is your first baby? Who taught you how to do that?
Wow.
I couldn't answer. I said, what do you mean, who taught me?
It's natural.
That's why women want to have breastfeeding classes, because they don't see people breastfeeding. It doesn't come naturally, and they don't
It's
see
true.
vara. And that's how people learned. And there was
It's
less
true.
of all these nipple problems. Say, when people saw everyone else breastfeeding in the family.
It's true.
Because even in Africa, yes, we may not be doing it in the streets, in our cities, but within the family home, people breastfeed comfortably.
Yeah, of course. We know we don't even need to talk about it because it's a natural thing that's going around us. And
but then you find now, kana mwana wako asiri kunwa S26, zvinoreva kuti murume wako is not looking after you and your child properly. They can't wait to get the child onto the bottle, even when the person is not going back to work, even if they're going back to work. There's implements these days. If kana mari yako iri kukuvava, why don't you go and buy an expressing machine? Yeah, $300. Oh, yeah, uti ndo zvanyu and zvakuitwa izvi.
Yeah, exactly. But even that pumping machine, maybe it's being promoted by that much. It's not a natural way of breastfeeding, because it won't promote, it won't even improve the how do you call it, the production of your milk. You can only produce your milk when a child is sucking on your breast. The thing is, what we are now trying, at least. We go further. It's not only Africa that we are dealing with. A lot. We are trying to influence
people
companies.
are making their own formula now because of what is inside formula. If you cannot pronounce it, why give it to your child?
Exactly.
You don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah. And the thing is, now I think it's the most important thing is to influence companies kunoshanda vanhu. Kuti they accept kuti vana vaunzwe kubasa during lunch time or whatever, kuti vakadzi varamba vachiita breastfeeding for a longer time. Even kubereka vana kuya, depending on the type of a job you are doing, and go nemwana wako kubasa. You know, so I think we are trying to bring that up, where we are fighting hard to influence my companies are prepared to work with us. So who knows in the near future we can have a lot of women that you manage to see breastfeed kubasa kwavo, you know, instead of pumping in a toilet, instead of pumping milk somewhere where it's not comfortable. And pumping milk discourages the production of milk. So why would we then sell a lot of pumping products, yet it doesn't encourage production of milk? So we need to have
it doesn't mimic the child's mouth, and the sucking action is not right.
But the problem is muno Europe, and it's also going to Africa. My commercial companies anotengesa maformula vanotonga ndo vanoita kuti mikaka isamwiswe kuti vana vasamwe mukaka.
Nestle iri kugadzira mikaka yevana, and at the same time they are lobbying UN ikoko kuSwitzerland kwacho kuti toda kuproduce this milk is nutritious, added vitamins for vana vari kutambura vekuAfrica.
I know. And us as Africans accepting that, that's the best, the baddest thing that you can ever do for our children. Vamukaka, nasi ndine lucky, vavete. No, vanguta vapromisa vakaenda kuroja kumba mubedroom medu, so they are all sleeping pasi. Mattress avari mubedroom medu, so we agreed kuti munorara mangwana toenda kuswimming. So vabva vana vangu vateerera nhasi. I'm so ningirikini. Vanzi all right. So they
ndimi makakomborerwa. No, you know, sometimes I disengage from zvinhu because I don't have any immediate plans to go Kumba in the next 2 years. Saka sometimes ukazviisa too much into these things, mental health actually can be at stake, because you now, it's like you are awake. Once you're awake, you can't go back to sleep. Uchifamba mu street, you're seeing things that are not right. Everything just starts to annoy you. So I don't like to go, to take my mind to that place.
But when you refuse to take your mind to that place, and the next person does the same, we stay there. Do you know that? Do you know that?
I talk and pass on knowledge as much as I can. If the person comes into my sphere of influence, I do that. But I'm saying sometimes I read a lot of nonfiction a lot. I subscribe to things like foreign policy and things like that. And I get so angry, even things that you see in the media can go for days sometimes without listening to the news, especially all these your CNN and your Fox and whatever rubbish. And to think ku Africa totofunga ti CNN ne BBC ndo kune news.
They are the best news that we can ever. But we can laugh, but we can teach our people good look. Like for instance, Humphrey Angari Pananga to mention. Do you know that I know Humphrey from November? Did he preach a video and
you're saying it's like your brother now.
Because if we do not say Kuti Kumba, look, keep watching news ze Kumba, we are doing them short because they still think Kuti Susu kunoti gere shakanaka. And we should also we have a lot of work to do. We can say Kumba, no, don't come to diaspora. Come only to visit. Don't come when it's not your choice.
But
don't sell your product.
Tinokanganisa because kudara vanu vai uya diaspora 4 or 5 years and they go back. They come here, get the education, voana Maria
sponsorship, what's okay,
Maria we deposit emba kumba, worshipa tunu twavo. I remember people who came back in the early 80s. But now, even if we get the best government that goes in after my elections, how many of us will pack Twitter with confidence and go back? I know could I go back, but once pane tuno tusina basa zwatajaira tiri mudiaspora momo nakanduzanzi I love my Marks and Spencer sandwiches.
No, are you serious?
Anchada zvema Q kumba
thanks Patricia.
As pane tunhu twangu tusina basa twandajaira ndikati tunenge cheese kanzi I like to go to the spa. My spas here in Zimbabwe. I don't know when you people last went Kumba. My spas here. And no, I was trying to say my products. Chayo. Got my products chayo on the happy. Ana Easter loader. Wanema chemicals mkati.
Exactly. You must tell me L'Oreal.
Laura Mercy or whatever it's called.
Okay, let me be honest. I still use Angu Chanel yangu. That's the only thing I still use. But I need to still find out, Guti, can I live without that?
You know something. Actually, the natural products are actually more effective.
I know.
Look out better for the vegan organic one, because they're like my fruit acids. Like when we get older, black women, we have problems with pigmentation. We don't melanin I stabilize uneven skin tone. We have problems there, uneven skin tone. In your 20s, you never had problems with uneven skin tone. But once you reach your late 30s with gender and berry, you start having problems with uneven skin tone. And you actually found my natural acids, lemon and other, they make good acids. You don't need my chemicals. You can give yourself a peel using natural things.
This also. Ndine this ningi panap. Mirandi kuratidze. Ndine mirandi light on. I have these plants rangu panapa aloe vera. Urikuna rakakatwa ndiri kuri ndori dembura every day. ndozora.
Wosanganisa ne bicarbonate of soda.
Yes, ndosanganisa nesoda ndozora. And then when it comes to deodorant, in deodorant yangu, where did I put it? Let me check. I do not use deodorant anymore. I use natural.
Aluminium.
Yes.
Go and read up on aluminium poisoning, people. Those of you who are here.
Let me turn it there so you can read it perfect. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's my deodorant.
Yes.
Without anything in it. You see?
The sea salt spray, yeah.
Yes, you don't even smell it, but it helps. And as for me, Ningirikini, that's what I meant. Kuti as deodorant, my bath soaps angu, kuba pandakaita nhumbu even myself. And hambozoda kushandisa any other bath soap except neutral because ndaireacta iwe, so I didn't want any. So I had to learn a lot to start using my natural products on myself. And now when you start doing that,
fluoride. Go and read up on fluoride.
Yeah, toothpaste. I know.
It's kumba so that we become docile.
We are going to stink to
dumb us down.
No, you are Ramai Kamera ndikudze one thing. Kudara isusu unoziva there are a lot of people who vasingagezi, these are Europeans. French ndo vakatanga kugadzira perfume vai because vanga havagezi, even kuno madutch havagezi.
It's the Moors they vakafundisa kuvanhu kuEurope kuti kunogezwa twice a day vakatoshamiswa nazvo kunzi
exactly
vanhu vatema vanogeza twice a day totogeza once a year.
Isitogeza twice a day seke isisi tine miri yakati simbei kudai tinogeza, we have to wash ourselves, so it's hapana kunhuhwa. I wash myself, I make sure, but the thing is maperfume akauya because vanhu havagezi, then vanozviisa maperfume onhuhwirira. So we don't necessarily need kuti munhingirike mushandise all those chemicals on your body because it may look like vanonzwa nani vaive anonzi product iri very popular kumeso ye
exfoliants.
Yeah, I don't know, there are products aishandiswa kuti unoti of course there are a lot of night creams and stuff, and ichazoti ainzi chiiko yange iri very popular.
Ponzi
Ponzi yange iri yekumba kuno kuEurope inoshandiswa a lot, and of course not close to Nivea, but there's another one, German products
okay.
So vanhu vaishandisa and then zvonzi kana wakukura unotonida whatever. So ndombofunga kuti hey, how many products are in the shops and how much do we actually need? Nothing actually. And vanzi musoro vachatonda mheno kana vachiri panapa vaindiudza recently kuti musoro we used to kushandisa ruredzo. Unobva kumasvingo handiti ruredzo rwizi rwerwiye runoita kunoita kunge derere so yes hanzi taishandisa ruredzo kumusha
like seaweed but fresh water
yes hanzi ndo raita kuti raitoita against exam and mushana murefu olei inonzi oil of olei, yeah.
On a serious note, I can understand if you're an adult and you're relaxing your hair, but the porter vana vadiki, stop relaxing your children's hair. My daughter is 14. Shoulder length. I've never relaxed musoro wake. There are so many products these days that you can keep. Why avakadzi vechitema we have so many problems, nema fibroids, is because of all these relaxers that we start using even before we reach puberty.
vamwe vatove mazuda mandingirikini
Yes,
marelaxa anenge avakushira musoro
yes.
ndosaka
They don't give us stuff
vakungopfeka
what they
mawigi
put. Yes, they don't put. They give us stuff what they put in those in those things. Go and read the box here, relaxa. In a chimkati.
ine chimukati, you
It's not
see.
just about relaxes. Even me, bleaching my hair, I need to stop.
Unless if you use a natural product,
There's no natural product that can bleach. You can get dye to make your hair a different color.
Oh yeah,
But to
na
strip the
irikweyo,
color off, there's no natural product that can do that.
I see.
And
Okay.
you're not meant to do that because this black hair, this black color that I'm stripping off is made of melanin. It's made of melanin. You know, I'm stripping all that away. But my fibroids is the link with my relaxers.
Oh my God, you see. So I think there's a friend of mine. I don't even about my fibroids recently. Hey, what can I do? I'll later watch the video. There are some responses coming in. I'm seeing Mushana Murefu responded. Thank you so much for your
That's the
response.
first one. I want to use the loo. Now Patricia Stephanie Juliet.
Patricia ifarira video Anzi Naningi, we are going to stink soon. Tamu responded already. And then Anzania Laura Murikupi na where in Europe. I need to Netherlands. Laura, where are you yourself? You said you are in Europe as well. And Ruramai Ruramai na kids up and you could answer your husband is answer you have and someday I would answer that was on no my
Anzi na mamoyo Laura gumunye wedu we sama tinonzwa vanhu ivava avatogeze sama
iwe ndakabhoenda kusauna iwe asikanaka zvandakaona ikoko ndikati that's when I discovered it. Not to discover it.
They're supposed to have a shower before they go in.
Not only that, there's so much you see there. Anyway, let's not laugh too much about it, but there are so many things we look up to that we don't need to do. We are beautiful the way we are. That's the most important thing. So the moment you know that you are beautiful, you're already doing self-compassion, self-love, and you don't even need any government to judge or to deal with other problems for you. You're dealing with them yourself. And I have my afro.
Turn on the lights and then you can see your Lego. Turn on the lights and you can see the Lego. Okay.
I think they had a lot of Tambika. It's okay. It's Saturday.
There.
But and this is very copy. I think you are in an area where you can have your hair done. It's just to Europe, we are poor. We don't have people who are not eating, So I mean, no matter how.
Kugadzira musoro asikana muite mari kuNetherlands.
Anditi kakuruka misoro chaiko tichatoita vana wokupedzisira wanga akuenda kuchikoro soon. Ndatozvidzidzira.
Because muno UK vanhu wese wanga wasingagadzire musoro kumba nenyaya yenhamo wakasvika muno wakuclaima kuti he ndogadzira musoro wachidya ma50 pounds evanhu for mahala.
It's so sad, yeah. But anyway, Rurama is in the UK, but I have a weave always. Okay, you put a weave, okay. Sina Chica, Michelle, I braid and cornrow now. Okay, and do you have good experience with that? And Rurama arguing Laura mu Netherlands. Oh no, we need to inbox one another. Tito taura shamwa. Kids go to Murikupi ku Netherlands kwa Muruk.
Ndimi makapenga makaenda kuma European countries ngataurwe chirungu kudzidza language.
Yeah, in a way you need to recolonize to be able to understand why we were colonized, and recolonizing doesn't have to happen in a harsh way. You need to learn how people live. I think the first few years that I came here, I was busy learning the language and being
But I
with
want to go to
people.
Sweden or Norway. I love the way they live.
My Scandinavians are nice. Yeah, they are closer
Finnish
to
people. I love the way they live.
Yes, they are nice. Those people. If you go to Norway, Finland, all those countries. I haven't been there so far, but we read a lot about those people. They kind of practice natural life. Of course, not all of them, but they, and such countries that's not going to colonize other people. They still have their own way of living. You want to respect as an African. I've been to Switzerland and I've been to Ireland. I felt so much. I felt homely, like when I was there. You can.
My Irish one was I can't go kaliwa white teachers.
Anditika.
Not kana chibika vaverenge one nongo pika
Anditika. They are nice. I've been to Ireland last year, and my friends as I met there, they are still here, and we can get along so much. I have a few Scottish friends. Yeah, and you can tell the difference between them and the Dutch, and so I'm just happy to meet those people. Switzerland as well, the people from Switzerland are a bit arrogant, but I do understand their arrogance because I respect it because they haven't done anything wrong in the world. You understand? So yeah, it's okay to be arrogant then. And as for Dutch and the British, they deal with us,
But Dutch angari good kudhara kwakazowanda vanhu vatema. They started becoming harsher to people.
You angari good papi tudze.
I'm saying kuti imomo kunyika kwenyu ikoko hanzi wanga ari better kune vanhu pamakangotanga kuwanda vanhu vatema vatangawo kuita rafu tatichada vanhu muno.
No madhachi hati madhachi ndo vakaenda kuSouth Africa and ndo vakaita the most slavery in the world, if I understood very well. So mablacks anga agara ariko
nechechi yavo kutranslate
kuZimbabwe
and corrupting the ningirikini neko Midlands chechi yavo Dutch handiriko kumusha.
The Dutch Reformed Church handitika noiziva ana Morgan Star vaya vari kumusha vakapiwa mazita ene madutch Morgan Star. It means star yemangwana. It's those are the the Dutch are I cannot say kuti vanhu vaya vakati hanzi vanga vari vanhu kwavo vane maways avo ekuti treata vane maways avo so
kunyika kwenyu they are not as harsh sezvavanga vari pavakauya kuAfrica.
Kuti kudaro
handifunge kudaro
hashi yacho inenge iri yakavigwa kudaiwo unombozviziva
iri nani.
No, haisi nani.
Actually, haisi nani. I prefer racism yekuAmerica yaunoudzwa kunzi you nigger straight to your face. Than
wazviona manje.
Oh, come my love, come and have a cup of tea. Iye munachinyepa.
No, kunoku zvaukaitaka. Kune ma-areas anogara a lot of black people, a lot of foreigners. And kune ma-areas anogara madhachi maya madhachi ari rich aya. Madhachi ari rich aya ndo vanoita vanoorganize ma-developmental programs. Ndo vanoenda kumusha. Ndo vane machechi vanoendesa bhaibheri kumusha. Yes.
Natalia, stop it, please.
So what happens is kana iwe uri mublack dometa kana wakarorwa kana usina kurorwa nemurungu unogara in an area yavanogara like unogara madhashi ari middle class whatever vanotozvibvunza kuti yezvo hanzi naimi area yedu yakukanganisika kayakuya munhu saka takayazogara kwatigere kunoko tikatonetsana nemaneighbor ka zvikanzi pakauya vamwe amai pano vane kambani yavo motoongora kuti kambani iyo yakamira sei because hatisi kuzvinyatso kuzvitrusta ba vanotozviita vanokubata through official ways chaizvo
ndaizwa nemai Somali friend akatiza ikoko ari kunoko andiudza kuti uvhure shop chaiyo mutemo negumi yaunofana
Hawa
mutemo yacho
kubvumidzi.
yaunofanoita ungomuki semuno mu-UK kunongomuka wane shop mangwana ungonobhadhara rent watovhura shop yako wakutoisa tundu wako.
Yeah, and it's about also kuti ukaita a company as a black woman muno Netherlands, they will come kwauri vachida kuona kuti uri kuzvifambisa sei. They will be the best friends in the first few weeks. Vanokuvinga vakuvinga udaro vaona kuti uri kuita sei, vanyatsokukutarisa kuti uri kuita sei, they will be the best friends ever. Vanokuitira anything dzaunoda, unozviziva. Wavapa information yese zvauri kuita, mangwana unonatsokuona vatovhura ningirikini exactly the same and only another name. Havana basa newe and you won't hear from them. Vanozviita. Saka mukazoona behavior yatinoita pafacebook apa muchiona kuti inga tete vekunetherlands vane mapage 10. Zvino ibehavior inokonzerwa nezvinhu zvakadaro. They are just like that. It's fighting. But it's a struggle.
You know, there's enough space for all of us to shine. Yenda nogadzira yako mubereko, but yangu nenzira yangu
zvakasiyana.
Akambotenga achadzoka ega. I don't.
Ndo zvandiri kureva zviya zvekuti kusenga migomo yatinoita iyi hakusi kungosenga migomo kwede padenga apa. It's doing it because we know kuti hey, we can do it the African way. And I can do it my own way, and there's no way you can try to redo my way. So kandiri kutengesa mbereko yangu ndichikuratidza kuti unosenga mugomo wakadi. That's the way. That's another way I do it, So if a Dutch person cannot redo that, then I'm happy with my own company. So that's the thing is that it's very difficult to start a company as a foreigner. And
the exact cause of fibroids is not exactly known. But there's a link that has been found. Nema fibroids, nema ningi. Avanga jitaure. It's not. There is a woman actually in the States. I don't know NGOs, support group. Evakadzi nema fibroids. There's a lot going on in that. They have a vested interest. Mufungoti Medical Society of America kantukupi FDA kamuka chiti pane link officially. What would happen to my factory arukugadzira zvinhu zvese izvi to manipulate here? What would happen?
Yeah. Okay. No, I think it's good to know about this. And you're right about that, Kuti. They will never give you enough information up or the true information.
Johnson chaiyo kumusha kana mwana wako kazvara usingashandise Johnson uchishandisa Vaseline waitotarisirwa pasi. But Johnson is one of the first companies yaitopinda muma prisons before the civil rights movement in America that were experimenting on black prisoners, putting all these chemicals on their skin to see what reaction is going to happen. I hate Johnson & Johnson's smell. I don't use their products ever since. You have to. God.
Because just because reminder kumba. But after some time, 2008, you make one or two.
And you think Johnson & Johnson is a respected company?
Yes.
Multinational.
So people should stop using products just because it's a well-known product.
There are great-grandchildren who were given money compensation. Vanema grandfathers who were experimented on in prison.
Yeah.
Why is it Johnson & Johnson munomu ingori is just Johnson for their baby?
Yeah. Sakanzi, Mishana Mrefu was explaining that it's not well known yet. But the thing is,
they are not
cancerous
fibroids, but ita mimba fibroids do not compete nemwana kukura.
It's true. It's very dangerous.
Outside the uterus and inside the uterus. Mavanga scar tissue everywhere in the uterus because of my fibroids. Fibroids, you can have a fibroid the size of an orange, and it won't cause you any harm. But sometimes, I know affect hormones. There's different things with different people. One night, a very, very significantly bad periods, and clots are bad.
It's true. I have the same thing. I have the same problem. I mean, I had my 3 cesareans, and my reactions are actually even running. My scars, and now I know it. I'm even outside. So it's very sad. Yeah.
Fibroids and they don't feel any physical ill effects now. Ogara now to far anechibereko chake. Was a problem, but once they go through menopause and there's a change in hormones, the fibroids wreak havoc and they end up that is the leading cause of hysterectomy amongst African women in the 50s and 60s.
On top of that,
it's easy for a man to say because how these things affect women physically. I cannot talk kuti prostate cancer inoitei makujumbe varume zvandinoziva ndizvozvo zviri theoretical kuti unogona kuita enlarged prostate isiri cancerous, but kuti what they actually go through I don't, because ndinotaura nevarume vanazvo, but I am a fibroids hapana zvaungandiudza nemafibroids.
Yeah,
I spent years researching that.
No, that's true. And the other thing is, on top of that, what I said earlier to Humphrey, Kuti, we all have to watch out what kind of contraceptive pills we use, and because every time kana tikaita vana muno muEurope or wherever Western countries atiri, tinotobva tatopiwa advice yekuti so motoita ka family planning.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the first thing they want to tell you about.
And also controlling you hormonally, because they already know kuti contraceptive pills avakagadzira anokuaffecta chine chichi and vanokuadvisa.
And kind. The one that is commonly used, whatever, the mini pill. Ain't good. The good stuff, the pills that cost about £100 per packet per month. Vanotoipa munhu atorejecta mamwe arieta kune zvinhu zvakawandisa.
And kana munhu anotaurisa sesu
at the back kana kuti anotopiwa their wealthier clients, people who go into private care and all that.
Ini ndinovaudza madhachi kunoku.
Apiwa vanhu even mushonga yechirwere chaicho. MuEurope muno kune vanhu vachiri kutomwa mushonga iri obsolete haipiwa vamwe vanhu ichiri kunzi muchanomwa mushonga yowo kuAfrica because you might get deported.
You see,
somebody ari kupiwa mushonga hautomboripo not. I think they even import it especially for her. Zvikanzi hatingakupe mushonga uri nani because hauna mapepa akakwanda unogona kudipotwa anytime. Saka ndo mushonga watofanira kupa iwe.
Saka zvese zvinofana kubhanwa, and I think we need to ban zvekuti medication inofanira kumba vana vanenge vari kuendesa unobatsira we can help ourselves.
Medication expire.
And vaccination iwayo we need to check as well kuti tinomanidha here kana kuti chii, because kunoku vatori nema-campaigns avari kuita against vaccination. We need to check kuti sei kunoku vasisaidi kubaisa vana vavo mai, because vanoziva kuti they have found out kuti zvinokanganisa vanhu. Saka whenever you hear kuti kumba kwaita Ebola, kwaita AIDS, find out kuti chii chiri kuitika. Why is it that Ebola suddenly disappeared? So there must be something causing such a sudden.
You see, Ebola. There's a patent for HIV. Go into the patent books. How can you patent a disease if you do not make it?
Exactly. Saka before vananenge vese vana muuyi vakatopatentwa kai, we need to find out kuti zvinopatentwa nemhaka yei yeti isusu mishonga yedu yato kuti munhu adiscover kuti aita research aona kuti muuyi wadai, it's okay, but we don't have to have munhu anotitengesera back from Europe. We can also use it from our own.
Mushonga wemoyo unonzi digoxin. Mushonga muti unobva kuAfrica, Southern Africa. But vakati vaona kuti mushonga uchoramba vachiimporta hazviite, vakazogadzira synthetic one manje.
Wazviona manje.
But from muti wedu, iwewe can you come to Europe and just start roaming mumaforest awo uchitora maplants, hantu unoswera wasungwa ne wildlife parks kudini. I'm
and
enjoying the discussion.
I know, and I'm right. I'm reading Mr. Banditi.
Mama Banditi and I'm Norara.
Kaya gavagare ndo vanotofana kutopiwa information iyi. Then so varume even vari panapa nhasi, make sure that you support your vakadzi venyu, because when you know kuti mukadzi akunozvara akunodi, musamusiya mega,
hanzi enda unoiswa coil, enda unobaiwa
we don't do that. Ndiani ari wanyora izvozvo?
baiwa kuAmerica, but kuAfrica ndiko kwainopushiwa kunzi baiwai. KuAmerica vanoishandisa in the ethnic minority kumaghetto clinics, ndo kunonzi vabaiwe kuti vasaramba vachizara vana.
Kumusha inotumirwa, vanotumira zvinhu zvisina nebasa rese, ndo zvavanenge vaida kuti hanzi zvakufanira mvura iri kumba ngavagadzise mvura kumba, because nezvimwe macompanies akureza kuno kwari kuti hanzi tofanira kuita clean water, especially kuZimbabwe bla bla bla. Gadzirisai zvinhu kumba vanhu, you know. And iyo nyaya ndandiri busy nenyaya yekuti chiyema contraceptive pills, vana Depo Provera up to vana Mirena, handiti. Inini ndakashandisa Mirena once or twice. Haina kumbogara neni 3 weeks, ndakabvisa. I didn't want, mwiri wangu wakaramba just, you know. Zvakangofanira kuti waita nhumba uchadi kudya some certain food, you know. Inini mwiri wangu haudi those kind of things. I'm just whatever I don't want. So what happened is
100% organic, Victoria.
I am organic, yes. Saka what I did, ndakabvunza baba vangu vari pana, ndikati hey darling, munogadzirire kwaka, because inini basa rangu ndakaita. Manje vanotya, saka tichatoita new topic tichimbotaura nana baba vedu.
Vangarege kutya. Hanzi mubhoyi anomukatiza aenda kunyika kwake wozoda muwana anozowana
ndiananyora isusu.
ndini ndiri kutaura kuti hanzi vanotya kuti nomuka watiza.
Sadaro.
Thank you.
So the best thing is actually.
Thank you, Amurefu. You agree with me. Kuti Ebola yakaitwa patent. But vana wabvume zvinhu izvozvo. Ine sometimes I shut off because ukada kuverenga ndine audio books. Munoziva kuti ana institute, ana MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Vanema anonzi ma audio tapes, anonzi ma podcasts. They are free of charge. They're all this African history and all that. It's out there. But people don't read. They assume people assume because they're an African, by osmosis they'll get knowledge of what being an African is. You have to read.
People, even you don't believe, Anzi, pane mwe yakambobuda panapa pa internet apa, Anzi, it was a test yekuti there was a white doctor, a black doctor. Anzi vakapinzwa murume imomo maida kuti muda choose a doctor. Anzi vanozoenda kuna white doctor. So sad, isn't it? It's sad. Do you know what, even Zimbabweans panapa, just let's have a cash talk since takutaura. Hanzi unoona muZimbabwe anouya panapa akuda kutenga mbereko, but ari kuona an African is selling mbereko, another person is saying a remake is a white company. Hanzi vanochoose that one because they think
baby born anoenda yakakosha hanzi inodhura.
Aiwa, ndiri kunyora nhingi about it. I'm writing a small piece about Ningrikini.
My West African friends, Banajanzi, this one na expensive one, from Oibo made expensive one.
You wouldn't know. Do you know Nigerian?
Expensive. This one na expensive one, not Oibo one.
Raskana kuda ita status iyoyo, saka tiri kufana kubreaka that name.
Ndakaseka manje mani South Africa hanzi ainetsana ne vanhu vatema tu ainetsana, sikanzi iwe Zimbabwe and South African muntu masikanzi iwe what can you tell me azvina basa zvese zvikanzi nemunhu mutema umlungu shonjalo ushayile umlungu
mulungu akadaro so sad.
And sometimes I wish I can take maziso evanhu vese ari kumusha ndovaunza kunoku ndovaratidza varungu vaya mabongozozo varipo vaya vakangorara murodhi vasina basa vaya vamaboora kune varungu vakadai
kana kune varungu vanoshanda ka
that might help them kuti aiwa nekunoku murungu because isusu they brought the best of the best ana Seningi Welexki ana vanonzi anani ana David Livingstone accomplished men vakabva kunana Oxford kupi ndo vakatumwa to the islands to the Commonwealth and it's our wealth and then you want to call it Commonwealth.
Yo mazita atinoshataura na Lumumba pa zvinzi ati isusu ifindi mambava shaidzo hanzi tinodziti malu hanzi we find the most expensive word to call them hanzi thieves hanzi looters hanzi tamatsvaga mazita hanzi ndokutokwanisa kutovaregerera kwatovaita hanzi havapiwe any punishment hanzi the next thing is to accept again their behavior. Munhu anotaura Lumumba uya anotaura it's like unotozofunga kuti if there were so many people vanofunga the same way vasingatyi then we would be educating one another so much. Chinotiuraya isusu
but you need to get people like that who are in academia and know all these things into positions of power. But what you tend to find what they do, the powers that be. Vakaona Lumumba anetsa anotorwa onzo apiwa basa ku UN to shut him up. Then
puppet.
Yes, Africans will no longer have access to this knowledge that he's pumping out.
Yeah, and this also.
People like
but Arkuramba.
Simbi Makoni. He was a powerful mind, but akatorwa akavigwa musadiki. So people in Zimbabwe didn't know him. Even if there was a brilliant mind, he came and did whatever he did. But nobody would vote for him because we didn't know him. But had he stayed in Zimbabwe and was useful and became a minister, then maybe people would know him. We have wonderful minds in foreign affairs in Zimbabwe, but the local people don't know them.
Yeah. No, that's the same thing. If Navamushana is responding about Melissa, what you're saying is true regarding choosing white over black. Black and Asian teachers are those who train them. It's true. The same as what we are talking about right now. Kuti unoona vana baby Bjorn vakugadzira macareers. Unoziva kuti macareers akauya muno muEurope akauya sei. Vanhu vakaenda kumusha vatinopinza mahainas aya vouya aidha vanenge vakaenda kuSouth America vapinda vakaona kuri kuberekwa vana and votora mapicture without any permission. Vakutora mapicture ema-African children.
Of course.
That's the other side there. It's like tourism kaya kuti yekuzoisa zvinhu zvevanhu vedu museum. Look at the Google. Yakazara vana.
Lecturer wangu is a trustee ku Oxfam.
Yeah,
and
that's
she
not
used to come
good.
and lecture ndikati akuna zvaungandiudza kuti unotora pictures. Do you tell those people muri kunoparade their pictures abroad to
You
make
see?
money? You give them money, do they even know?
Not only that, do you ask for permission?
They don't.
You see, because here we are not inini panapa nema baby wearing ningangu.
Mwana mvura ine makakazi mukati because you want to show me that the water is dirty. What kind of rubbish is that? Who does that?
Yeah, no, it's true what Bandit is saying. Tamboikota, Clive is saying kuti people with ideas have no power. People with power have no ideas. It's a quote ya Mumumba as well. Yatombotenderera pa WhatsApp nasi I know. Thank you so much, Clive, for repeating it. Tamboitaura earlier in this video as well. Yeah, it's sad. It's so much that needs to be changed, and I don't know.
Exactly. Anzi namshana mrefu. Black person working abroad is a migrant worker. White person working abroad is an expatriate.
Exactly. That's what they do. And they become expatriates without even experience. Look at my girls, ma orphan children, kumba, ma orphans. Vanoenda ikoko kuti vasikana tune 18 years tisina kana experience vasinamboita kana whatever, and then vakuenda ikoko vakunonzi hanzi endai munobatsira vana. Vana ivavo they are also being abused because vana vane ma 18 years vari kunoku havazivi anything. They are being told, oh, go and help poor Africans. They don't get any African education at school, so they don't even know where Africa is.
But
think
what
Africa is
what about the abuse yatinoita isusu as parents vana vedu? Do we take time mu diaspora to teach our children about our heritage?
But do we have the time?
Because mwana kuchikoro chaanongodzidziswa kuti iwe uri munhu mutema and you are a slave.
Yeah.
Ndochete history
you move behind nebasa rako in the work. This also, you need special education. It's so sad. But you know, it's also a lot of work for us parents to teach vana vedu, because kana kuri kuti une basa rauri kuita mashifts kuti uchengete vana vako, you won't find time yekuti uvape that enough education that you would like to provide. So
first time mwana wangu akaenda ku Africa, akandibvunza skanzi, mommy, where are all the white people? She was just overwhelmed.
A shame.
Until tazoenda kunandos. I don't see any strollers around. Because we don't do strollers. The 2-year-old in Africa is running on the road. They're not sitting on the stroller. 4 years old in diaspora kagara mu stroller.
This also. Listen, now there's a point here being made by Vamushana, and he's saying the problem, ladies, is that we do not have laws that forbid these things regarding safeguarding for children and adults. Our governments are reluctant to adopt these practices because they feel they will lose access to handouts. Yeah, and then if I may also respond to that one, is I think then it means isusu vanhu tikadzidzisana tikawanda tinoita mentality yekuti we don't want those handouts.
Yes, and if you go in parliament Vamshana and munhu anouya ne-NGO akabata whiskey kuti ndipe access to your rural people, imimi munoramba because you know what they're up to.
So we need to just educate our people. Vanhu vanopiwa mahandouts iyayo, munhu acho anozomatambira acho iyayo agare anawo mahandouts ake. Because tikaziva kuti mabhero hatimanidi, we don't need them, then anodzokera kuchibva.
Even the missionaries pavaiuya vachiita mapedophiles, vachidyara mapedophiles mese umu vachiabuse vana. Who said what? And complain. Nothing's done. These people, they need to be sued. My lawyer ku Zimbabwe azere ane ma PhD. Itai ningirikini,
itai basa renyu.
Mutore mari.
We need to invite my lawyer. Nataura tanga ku invite my PhDs kuma live video dai. Because I think when very lay back I'm so angry at people who call themselves ningirikini vanhu vakadzidza, then they look down upon ma social media kuti hanzi ibva pa social media vachingoita documentary vachidini. I think it's important to invite those people to come once in a while kuti
class
yes,
for even our grandparents vakafa konaimi vakatorerwa ma ancestral lands avo when these people came. Whenever they came, one wakawanda onzi kumusha kwedu tobva Zaka. Wabva Zaka, but why maku Midlands kunkai? Onzi atakamuvwa pakauya varungu. Vakaita prazi ravo. You were not compensated.
Varungu vaidavhura kanaka.
Question vanhu vakangonyarara. I know it's not a popular thing to talk about. I don't want prize. I want my clan to be compensated for land yedu yakatorwa.
Yes.
for land yedu to be watorwa ana ratlets anani vakaita mapraza avo ngava taure vakabhadhara kunani vakapasa sekuru wangu nzungu here or what.
Don't nzungu dzega kwa isusu kunotofana
ivo vakaita ma-NGOs achiuya kuafrica achinotsvaka ways ekuita mari nesusu esaatendi kuti tiuyewo mueurope taane mukana taane vanhu vari educated tine mari ngatiuyewo tinotsvagawo mari.
Manje unoti wasvika mueurope me-education yako udzwa kuti hanzi education yako is of a second grade, you need to re-educate yourself kuno kueurope because education yako haipindirani nezvatinoita. Wadaro zvaangofanana nekuti wauya kuno uri kufanira kumirira mapepa ako for some 7 years uchiita basa risiro rawakadzidza. It's sad. And now kana vachiuya kwedu isusu we don't even refuse anything. Tinotoita look up upon them kuti hey, ndimi mauya varungu
motokurumidza kudhinda kupa munhu visa, kupa munhu residence quick kupa munhu residence permit kuti
Ruramai, thanks Shamwari for being here. We hope to see you soon. It was so nice to have you here and your support. Bye bye. So
good night, Ruramai. Good night, darling.
So education is intelligence and wisdom is innovative. Yeah, it's true. And so we need, I think speaking up is important for us. And ipapa ndopatokanganisirana hanzi chenda munochengeta murume itai murume adai ichenda
but that's a discussion for another day.
I know.
Kana wakunoroorwa unonzienda kukitchen tea
hanzi mazodai murume here
kana murume achirara baba one. But ndechipi chikoro chinopiwa arume kuti mukadzi unobata pakadai. Ndambopinda pane program nichibvunza nichiti vamwe varume chaivo ukamuvhurira makumbo omukadzi woti uchibata mapati utaura kuti apa ndepapi apa ndepapi. Vamwe varume they don't know,
they don't even know.
Hakuna zvakadaro ndikati zvekuti anoita zvirevo kuti anozviziva zvinhu izvi kuti unoshande chii ndepapi. Vamwe vanongoisa zviguno ikoko. I'm sorry to say pane vanyarikani
zvinoti ndorwadza zvimbonakidzi. I know.
Ari kuvadzidzisa ndiani? Kudhara varume
need education.
Vainyengeswa jecha nanasekuru. But yes, no, hapasina novadaro.
It's sad because we can't laugh even about it because
just because entitlement, because murume akaroora iye akaona satisfaction mubedroom dzatokwana. Iwo mukadzi kuti wasvika pai wasiwa pai, it doesn't matter.
No, hapana.
And yes, you know, because vakadzi hakusisina economic impediment yekuti ndikarambwa nemurume ndoende vana vangu. Saka ndosaka vakadzi vakuenda kunozvibetsera zviri pachena because they don't care.
But it would be nice to go back there kuti tidzidzisane kuitira kuti pave nestability. Because what I'm seeing right now is especially nyayo yekuti kana vakadzi vabatsirwa vaita vana and kana murume asiri involved, you know, the chance is greater that the relationship doesn't stand still because murume anenge asingazivi kuti hey, komai vangu vazokanganisika kuzasuku vazvara mwana, you know. Especially kuno kune madhokta asinganyatsozivi kuti munozvara mwana sei. Unobvarurwa kuzasuku unenge wakuwara watoita 7 weeks. Kusona kwacho havagoni.
Ano munhu akasonwa akaitwa mheno wamheno akaita makilogram anotyisa.
Wotoita trauma. Wotoita trauma. Isi kunoku kuvanhu vangu vandoshanda navo vechirungu kuti havana that much education. Saka ndosaka wachiona kuti kunoku vanofocus so much on looking good from outside. Losing weight, looking perfect from outside. But it's because kuzasuku kwakuna chi kugadziriswa zvakanaka, so there's no any intercourse mumba. You see? And ndosaka unoziva chandoda kubvongonyora futi. iyo yekuda
ndosaka
kudya
kakune industry ana sisi dhori vachinobhadhara varume vacho kunze ikoko
mapedza manje
and vanogara mumarriage macho 40 years
Hey.
vanzi varungu vanodanana vamborambani hazviridi hamudi vanodanana kufamba makabata maoko hakusireva kuti mune love mumba
hazvirevi love izvozvo and besides ka iyo yacho yekuti vanenge vadaro vasina mumba mune musingaitiki anything ndosaka kwakazouya kwakaitwa invention yekuti vakadzi vanofanira kudya zvinhu zvevarume mapawapo kwakuexpectwa isusu mablack women
kwakuzotransfer ka HPV virus to the throat mathroat cancers akuwanda mathroat cancers munhu asingapute fodya woita throat cancer chirudzii
hanzi ndidye chinhu changu asi ndozopfeka condom. Come on. That's not made, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Aiwa, but iyo is just minor. Unoziva zvinhu zvepornography zvakuita mainstream. Do you know that?
We should go back to our culture.
Pane nyowani now yekuita mainstream yekuti kwanzi kuisa murume wako chiguno kudhodhu.
Ah no.
Yes, hanzi dzinoto fire heavy.
No.
Ndikanzi akazvijaira hambokusiya. Ndikati aiwa.
Ndigangaende. Ngaende. Not me.
Itone zita ka inonzi rimming.
Ngaende. Bye bye.
Vakabva kumagay mainstream hanzi kuisa rurimi kudya kwemurume uko.
Come on. Inini ndiri ndiri muVictoria akakwana.
Inonzi teabagging.
Yokuramba chitaura
Google and
no andini
munonditi ndinonyepa yendai muno Google be your friend, my sister.
No andini
zviri kuramba zvichingowanda vanhu vachiona zvinhu zvepornography vakuda kuzvisa
but ndiro zvandiri kureva kuti our culture tatoilusa
musati paculture even varungu vacho vakadzi vanetsana mudzimba havazvide tinotaura maindia machii varungu havazvide zvinhu zvakuya zvakuita mainstream like that zvinofanana kuti inini handigone kudriver and then wonditora you take me to Formula 1 wondiudza kuti ndo madriviro madriviro emchirimaya haasi madriviro anoita munhu wese muroad. It's not normal. So zvinhu zvinoonekwa nevanhu mumapono, it's not everything that you have to take and transfer.
No, of course not. You can't. No. In fact, to add to that, because vanozofunga kuti kose muri kuzvirambidza senge varume mavabva vakambozvitesta zvekuti like okay, let's go back to general kuti vakadzi vanofanira kudya zvinhu zvenyu and stuff. You know, if you have known kuti kana mukadzi abatsirwa mwana ane maways avanodzidziswa kuti udzokere back there kana wakaita a normal birth iri well guided, a pregnancy iri well guided yawakaita ukaita water birth and wototi wazvara mwana usina kukanganiswa kuzasi non experienced gynecologist
ma interventions are
yes kana ukanyatsoita a normal proper birth wozvara mwana wako poita a period unonyatsomirira zvakanaka uchisapotana like uno kudiaspora hauna hama dzakawanda, so the only person you can trust mostly murume wako
ndiye
find yes you find information both kuti hey saka toita sei ivi murume wangu ainditengera vana perinium oil ava ndiri nhumbu and ndazvara mwana ndinyatsoziva kuti hey pane zvinhu zvinoda kugadzirwa because pelvis area yako inenge yaita loosen up.
Yes.
Right? Wotanga kuita ma-exercises ayaya
ndizvo kamurume akutiza mukadzi anzi ane mweya
kusiyanza anoti kwasha kuzasi ukanzi anoti kwekle anorega sei achadya kuzvara mwana and besides uchangobva kuzvara you are allowed to lose that air because inenge yakazara mudumbu mako. Yes. So the idea is it's so important to know as a husband because this is what your wife is going through, just like birth, just like pregnancy. And you are enjoying mwana wenyu muchidzidzisana nawo kuita go back there inonzi revalidation.
And if done correctly, zvinotofaya kukunda muri mukomana nemusikana
before because you are sharing even much more, you see. And it's important kuti madaro manje wozoti hey saka ndo zvinoitika this natural birth process.
Good night.
Vamurefu makuenda. No, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. We feel so honored, and we'll come back next time. You have been sharing with us so much, and bye bye. And anyway, so zvinoitika manje ndezvekuti chi kana mazvishare zvese zvezvo murume anoyatsokuzviziva anenge autonyatsofilawo responsible for whatever happened, and munotogona kutozotaurira nezvekuti hey saka hama yangu todipa macontraceptives apa because hey ototi hey ainomboziva chika iwe waita basa rako wapedza chireka.
And macontraceptives anotombonetsa mamwe acho anotoita mukadzi kuti asanzwe kuda.
You see, anotokanganisa zvese.
Watokanganisa chinhu chako.
Ndosaka tisingazvidi zvemacontraceptives toda kuramba tiri shining. So the thing is, it's like my hormones here are not good. Beautiful. And saka varume saka anotaura shona here mwana wako.
Shona yekupi. Aiwa, but anoziva kuti kana mai akutaura shona kana kuti ndebere anoziva kuti zvashata anobva atotanga kutiza.
Saka the thing is kana kuzasi kwekuye kuno like vanhu zvavanoexpecta kuti muromo uite, right? Our vagina can do the same.
Yes.
It's only a question of knowledge. So kuseke. So it's a question of knowing your body.
And izvozvo anofanira kuzvidzidziswa kuti unotogona kuwana musikana asina kumbozvara mwana kana one day but akazviabuse akangoti repe. Wogowana mukadzi ane vana 6 akati
akanyatsokuti. You see, it's a question of knowing what you are doing, and because ogona kutozowana mukadzi akaonda kudai anonyatsoziva zvaari kuita, ozoona mukadzi akafuta anoziva. It's the idea of vanhu vanoziva kuti handi taitawa nezvekuti varume vanogona kudriva gonyeti. Ndozoti varume vanogona kudriva in a mountain. If you drive in a mountain, you just need experience. You need to know where you're driving. So it's the same thing, and it's. Hey, Patricia, you're going. That's the natural way to go. Okay. Ndisingazuti wakuendera. Pano munhu ari kukubhaibhisa. Oh, yeah, good night, Patricia. So sweet that you're here. Thank you. Ndakuenda sister Tetsungai vambotaura nezvavo izvi. Because tapedza nenyaya saka it's like what people expect from our mouth.
Yes.
Our vagina can do. It's only a question of learning.
Kutobaka kuti munhu anotosvetuka obakidza light kuti vhura tione mune chunhumo chiri kutita hamene
sindabakwa
bakidza light. Bye. Good night.
Bye bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
So anyway, we're seeing if Sungai can come in. It's the last moment that we are. Hey, Sis Tsungi.
Muri right.
No, ndiri right zvanga muri mudima gaimhepo ini. Mama kuvata asikana. Saka
ndinaurara ndenge ndichiona zvangu zvamunenge muchiita ndiri mumachira ko ndingagodi.
Thanks. No, we need.
Vana vari sei ko Holland?
No, vana vari right. We are okay. They are sleeping. Vatoenda unorara vese. I'm supposed to follow right now. tongoti this topic.
makaigona seko wedha ndozvatanga tichidaka kuti titaure nemi nyaya yekuti hanzi manzi mubva mateera mungade matoenda kudhara. Handiti munoziva kuti kana tinoda kudzokera pachinyakare zvainzi mukadzi ndiye anotanga kuenda kunodzisira murume machira. Handiti zvokutoti hanzi kana baba vakasvika kana vakaona kuti magarisa hanzi waitonzwa dzimwe nguva baba vakudzokazve kwanga kune vanhu kwekwekwama muchitandira nevanhu kuti komasokisi angu ari pai hanzi ugai ukuzifunga kuti sokisi munhu ari kutsvaga sokisi namscore of midnight sokisi ari kuridi. Hanzi that was a polite way of saying
kuchiuye munovata
changamire vanguri vakumirirai hamai makanganwa zvamakavinga pano.
Hey Noctula, thanks. Good night, Sha, and good night, Fort Vic. Kupinda. Okay. Taurako.
Nenyaya yekunzi zvanzi anta vangu vachitaura nyaya yekuti hanzi varume ukavaisa chigunwe kumashure hanzi zvinoita kuti vadii. Inini, what I can only say is, I think people, kana iri nyaya dzekuva dzepabonde, I think vanhu vanofanirwa kuva open kuti chinokuitira iwe umba mako in your relationship depending nekuti murumwa wako ndewechirudzi chakati. Yes, ndikanoudza sekuru vangu kuti uyai mundilaze kunyasi uku vanoramba because havasati vambozvinzwa because kumusha kweduka handiti kudya kuzasi kwacho ndokwainzi hanzi vana vakadzi vari kugarira mapoto amai vapapa vakagarira poto because mukadzi vanenge vachibhilivha kuti kuzasi kwako ukageza kuzasi kwako ukazodyisa murume wokumudyisa. Saka isusu when we say kuti varume ngavatidye kuzasika, it's a way of trying to it's a way of lubricating mukadzi wofuti. Handiti unoziva kuti kukatamba nedinji remukadzi reriye unenge uchistimulata. Saka inini I was one person ndaiva ndiri sorry against that. Handisi kuda kunyepera itetemelisa. Inini ndinoda kuti dzimwe nguva kana tichitaurirana tinonyeberana because zvinhu zvinonaka zviye.
I know what you mean, Nanguka. But Chika, the idea is mindset. I see mindset, I see mindset.
No, it's not a mindset. It's not a mindset. Inini ndaiva ndiri against zvese. Inini unoziva kuti kudi ezvinezvi at the age of 40 ndakazvibvunza ndikati what was I doing all this time? Makore ese aya sure. Ndengofungidzira kuti kungoenda kumubhedha kungoenda mungunosangana munoti bag zvapera. Shamwari musi wandakanoenda muEnsamers ndikanozvitengera matoyi angu ndikaziva kuti nababa munokomunicata muchitamba nezvinhu zvenyuka. Handisati ndakamboona unoziva kuti honestly I think vanhu ngatisanyeberanei kuita chikristu chekuti we live once. Zvinhu zvatinazvo pakati pemakumbo edu manakirwa zvinoitirana.
I understand hangu
tikapanana ma-instructions varume vacho vakauma musoro futi.
I know.
They don't want to be told.
No, it's true. What I'm trying to say is the point is here, Kutichika. Do we know the basis? There is always a basis. Zvangofane kuti giving birth kana kuti kuita mbereko kana kuti kuti kana vana vazvarwa vanopiwa breast milk, right? But the thing is there are always other ways dzakazouya pamusoro pezviri normal or not like normal zviri general and zviri basis. Saka inini what I'm trying to say is kana kuri kuti vanhu vakuzoenda beyond normal sex because it's their choice. Zvangofane kuti wakuchoose kupfeka the different type of hair or using makeup
beyond.
Yes. But what I'm trying to say
beyond ndeipi vatete.
Handiri kuti beyond ndeye kuti izvo zvekuzodlanana izvi. you know,
kudanana kwakaipa.
Aiyo, handisi kureva kuti kwakaipa, but it's if it's
makambonziwa here tete Melisa?
mubvunzo wenyu uri so direct. Aiwa, mubvunzo wenyu uri
no ndoda kukubvunza ichimbonodyiwa idingi mosodzoka mondiudza
ndozviziva. Ndakura kani, inini ndine 43 kind.
Saka musamislite vanhu anti Melisa kana
I'm bringing people back. No, I'm bringing people back to basics. You are not hearing me saying kuti people should not do this and that and that. What I'm trying to say is there are people vana vadiki vari kuuya, rising young children, young people vari kuroorana, thinking kuti this is how we should be having our sex, yet there is also normal way. You understand? Zvatarwa na 40 vhiki zvezve zvekuisa whatever, that's going beyond normal, because I think inini hangu kana kuri kuti vanhu vane
handifungidziri kuti pane zvinonzi even our culture handione zvakaipa nekuchengeta mirayiro.
Hapana kushata pazviri.
It only depends kuti mese muri true zviri kukufaira here.
Ukana zvichikufaira perfect, but don't make it a national thing.
Antiko kana inini alright ndiamukadzi wekuti pamwe musana wangu wakonderwadza kupa baba handichakwanisi kupa baba. You understand? But
poita mamwe alternatives
vanotofarira kudyiwawo. Ndikati kuti ndisustain marriage yangu ndofanira kutovadya, then ndoregera kudya here baba, nekuti musana uku hakusina
no, but apa hamuna kupanzwisisa zvakanaka. Isisi hatisi kuchinja mutemo kuti zvinhu zvingazvirambidzwe. What I'm trying to say is let that mutemo uyuyu not be the only option that there is. Not kuti kana pasi kangoitwa a normal sex iripo, then it's not nice enough. There should be that. Kuti paite completeness. You understand what I mean to say? We need to teach people kuti even though mukaita a normal intercourse without kunaikanana nekudi, it should also be tasteful. How can it be tasteful kana vanhu vasina kudzidziswa kuti kana mukadzi azvarwa ngaadzokere back to normal nengirikini tightness yake? Vanhu hatichadzidzisani izvozvo because varume vatojairira kuti mukadzi wangu anongondidya ndatopedza. Ko iye mukadzi wacho maakutenga matoys. Is that the normal way?
Ndinofunga kuti ndopane wrong. I think isusu vakadzi we try a lot and tinosacrifice and we bend backwards a lot. I think I don't know kuti tinotya varume.
We fail to communicate. Zvamuri kureva kuti varume havadi kuudzwa ka?
Varume vedu.
We need to communicate, but we have to find a tactic way. Zvamuri kureva kuti varume havadi kuudzwa. It's true. But if we fail to communicate and then we start buying my toys. As for me, toy is no go area. I like bonding. I like skin to skin connection. I like kuti vanhu vaite oxytocin. Pabude some kind of a bondingness. Paite some energy. Kana paita energy yo unotanga kulubricata. Ukana usina that knowledge, then you always need my lubrication oils kuti zvibude.
Yeah, now going kunyaya yamataura yelubrication handiri munozati kare kwedu varume vekudhara ndo yavatanza mukadzi anobuda mvura because your body is getting ready kuti iri kuda kukwirwa wakunzi unobuda mvura kuzasi. Handiri munozviziva kuti vakanzi vainzi vanobuda mvura nekuti because varume vajaira kukwira vakadzi vakaoma kuti gwa achirwadziwa munhu ari mupain.
Ipapo ndisingapazivi zvangu because inini pandakabva kumba ndanga ndisati ndamboita go through that, but yeah, I am prepared to get to know kuti kumba kwakamira sei for sure. Yeah, zvekuzoti mukadzi it's also lack of education for varume vedu. Zvangofanira kuti varume vanoti mukadzi azvara vakutoenda kuma small house because this lack of education again. They need to be taught. They need to be taught.
I think it's because kudhara kwanga kusina contraception ndofunga vaitya kuti mukadzi anokasika kubata mimba.
You see, It's like even varume vanototawo, you know, that little ningi inogona kutoitwirisa
Yes.
nhumbu as well.
Oh, yes.
So I think there are so many things that we need to teach one another zvisingambonyari kuti tizive kuti mukadzi anenge auya kudiaspora odzokera kumba akuexpectwa kuti even baba vanenge vachirwara vadyiwa kudaro kwaakuzopfeka condom kuti maakurara mese. What's the point? Because kuri kuitwa a lot of, you know,
I don't think kuti nyaya yekuti murume inini handingatume murume kakuti ndidye. I think it's something that happens. I think performance inoitika kuti nokuti mukadzi ari kutoda. Yes, inini murume wangu akatondiudza kuti ndidye kana ndinomuudza kuti iwe uri kuona une ice cream kuzasi uko. Ndinokudya kana ndichida.
It should be a choice, not an expectation. And so we need to let people know kuti even though pane vanhu vasingazvifariri, then we need to let them know kuti there is still normal sex, there is still normal way of enjoying this without having to kuti paitwe ma extra western ways of, you know, because inini I believe kuti zvakabuda nekuti kuno kuma western countries vanhu havadzidziswi kuti unogara mumvura iri salt kana wabatirwa nemwana, you know. Saka I think kuti our vagina works the way mouth is
inini zvangu culture yangu inini ka ndakakurira kuZimbabwe. My mom is Zimbabwean but Zambian. You know kuti inini my culture is quite open, like kutaura nenyaya dzebonde tinoita chinamwari.
Nice. I know.
Saka inini I think kuti inini chandinoti sex ka akuna chinonzi natural way. I think sex is about adopting new things. Kwete yes andizotiende kugay. No. Iko kwandindi.
No, those are adopting new things.
Mukadzi nemurume. Vari tu vachiwirirana vari tu. I don't think kuti panofange pane diagnosis.
So we go back to personal we go back to personal kuti it should be a communication between two people. Yeah, all right, yes. That's perfect. Yes. But then zvarikuitika now in pornography, in my movies, in national, the role models of everyone. Zvakungove normalized. You understand? And I think it's
because munoziva kuti kudiva tete. Because izvo zvamunoita nomoka munotaurirana normal iyoyoyoka. Imimi my budding ndio munotaura normal, mungotaura normal kana makutaura nemurume toda normal sex. You probably say yes to the normal sex.
No. We know.
I don't know munhu ari kuita zviri abnormal zvomutora moyo wake.
No. We are beyond that thing because like the way I'm talking to you right now, about
mimi necessarily.
No, I know, but in when we are teaching our people, we need to be open, to learn to be open. I know it's maybe something that's not well known in our culture, but because we have been staying muno diaspora, musina vana vatete nana vana baba mukuru nana vaitora vana baba vedu varume vedu vachienda navo kunovadzidzisa. Hatisisina vanhu ivavo, so we need to teach ourselves on our own.
Do you know why I'm saying that? Ndoda kukuudzai ininika, when I got married nemurume wangu, I was quite young. As you know, murume wangu murungu vanditengera like my outfits.
Yeah.
I would really want you to dress up for me. Munozani ndakaita sei tete Melissa? Ndakatsamwa ndikati wandiita hure. Tsamwiro yandakaita ndakarasha machira zvokuti munhu akarongedza hembe dzake akasiya matrimonial umomo akamboenda kwamai vake. Ende mai vake chaiva chanetsa namai baba vake vanga vasingadi black blood in the family. Muri kundinzwisisa tete Melissa? Saka adzoka ndikati akachida tonchita pambi akachida. Then later on with time ndakaona kuti ndati akangoda kundibvunza ndobva ndati wabva zvona kunani, it means watoenda uno. Saka murume kana, can you imagine uchiramba uchidero murume pamwe ndo zvaari kuda, unofunzira next time achauya achikudza kuti ngatiite zvakati anongoti ndichabvunzwa kuti wazviona kunani kashe ndingoenda ndingonoita zvandiri kuita ikoko kwandisingabvunzwi zvinhu zviri. That's why ndiri kuti kana takuticheka kati I've been there.
I know, but we need to avoid the fact that kana munhu akasawana chaasingadi abva aenda unotsvaga somewhere else. That's the same as kuti unosiya mukadzi achangobva kuzvara wakuenda kusmall house. But tikavadzidzisa kuti no, it's like this and this and this, and that extra chaunonida, we can talk about it, and I'm prepared to learn more about it. I think it's both ways. It's mutual. Kuti kana munhu ane zvaanoziva from his own culture, ini ndoziva zvangu from my own culture, we have to meet somewhere. Because inini hangu I have to tell you, kana murume wanga akandipa gupuro nhasi because ndamurambira something chandisinga feeling to do, because I know that I can satisfy him somehow, and I know for sure, yeah, then ngaandipe gupuro racho. I mean it for honest, I mean it. Ndinopika kudaiwo. Because you know why? Kana iye ari honest with himself, if he loves you enough, he must be then prepared kuti mudzidzisane zvinhu zvamunoziva kuti yes, these are nice things, these are not the nice things. And
but I wasn't ready to learn.
I know you were young, I understand. Yeah. I think I'm lucky kuti in a way I try to read a lot of things, and I try to was also basa rangu randinoita. I've come across vanhu vanotonetsekana muma relationships just because the simple things are not working, and they find the highest they go to the to the end zvezvekuti takutongonoizvo zvazvitaurwa na40 vhiki zvezvekubayana kumashure. Why? Because you are failing to learn the basic stuff. You need to learn the basic stuff. Yeah, I think, yeah. You see, that's the thing. So I think it's the question of knowing to go to basics. Zvangofana kuti akutodyra sadza nemadora and rinofana kungonaka sesadza nenyama yehuku. And I think we just need to just accept kuti chika zvimwe zvese zviluxury. It's not supposed to be the norm, you know. And I'm not trying to change mtemo panapa, but I think we are now having my young children, my young couples. I think what she expects so much from one another. So my relationships are not staying intact anymore because murume achadi kugara even one day asina kupiwa zvinhu zvaanenge apiwa. Even vakadzi vanenge ite ndikasapiwa ndasina kutambisa matoys angu. It's also a way of not disrespecting one another. I mean, come on.
Aiwa, tete Melissa ndopandisingabvumirana nevanhu ipapo. Inini where I say kuti vakadzi we go wrong. You find then other women vakuti atsamwisa nemurume. For wachiratidza murume kuti handina auna basa. Tori yangu ndakachaja.
Lega ndimbokuudzai one thing. Ndakangamwa kuti ndiri kupiwa warning kuti video yangu yakuenda up to 4 hours. Saka vari kuti hanzi inogona kukata after 1 minute and 56 seconds. Saka tinongoenderai mberi in case inokata then tobva taziva.
Alright. Ndo zvandanga ndichitaura kuti no, dzimwe nguva tinofanira kuva open.
No, we have to.
Chese chatarwa nemurume close it out, but tangoite ruling dzimwe nguva zvinenge zvisiri meant in that way.
No, I understand.
Mashure kwemurume kumanyuwa kungofadzi.
Hanzi kumanyuwa.
Akufadzi chokwadi no.
Hanzi 56 seconds until the end of the live video. Rega ndichingo conclude anti Tetsungi. Tazoendera mberi with this topic. Rega ndive ndangoita closure. Ndine few seconds just to close this video.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. It was such a wonderful night. Unexpectedly, we spoke about my topics at Singatombofungiri, and everyone was working with us, including Tetsungi, 40 Vic, and Mushana Muref. A lot of people who were really working with